Tries to keep it out of harm's reach. He got it to Kindle, who will fling it out to center ice, where it's corralled down by Jamie Drysdale. Jumped over his stick, though. He'll have to recollect in the Flyers zone as the Penguins get a change. No score in the opening few minutes here in Philadelphia. Final game in Philadelphia of this series, no matter what happens. Penguins are hoping there could be one more in Pittsburgh Saturday night for Game 7. Drysdale up ice in the neutral zone, slings it ahead. It jumps off the stick of Goaltending down to the far corner. Wotherspoon cuts it off, but turns it over to Couturier. He shoveled it up the near wall to Sanheim. Pumps one wide of the net. Rebound missed Couturier. Raquel's got it. He'll shovel it out to center ice for Crosby. Puck hit on edge, but Carlson takes it. Flyers zone, rips a shot and a glove save by Dan Vladar to keep it scoreless. Almost 3 minutes gone. Both shots on goal for the Penguins early on from Erik Karlsson.
Now, the Flyers have had a couple shots, and they're shooting to get it down in and around the net, but not hitting the net. All kinds of traffic and layers of bodies in front of Shelov's. And the Penguins coming out the other way just now. That flipped out puck, could have been a 2-on-1 for Crosby and Rust. And the puck had like backspin, like you'd see in golf on the green on an approach shot. Karlsson had his legs. He jumped up, got into the zone at top of the circles, ripped a shot that Vladar handled with his glove.
There's some English that went against the Penguins' favor, and now Philly wins the draw in their own zone. Send a rink-wide pass to Alex Bump. Lost the puck, though. Chinikov's got it. Takes it over the Flyers line. Near side, down to the corner. Backhand shot hit the side of the cage. Near side, down to the corner. Backhand shot hit the side of the cage. Malkin will play it up to Karlsson. Near point. Pumps one. Redirected. It's on net as Vladar can make the easy save on a slow-rolling puck right in front of his crease. Still scoreless. Over 3 minutes gone.
There's a turnover in the neutral zone from Alex Bump of the Flyers. Just on theirs, crossing into the Penguins' side of the ice in the neutral zone. And the Penguins turned it up quick. They turned it up quick and got down into the Flyers' offensive zone. And another puck thrown towards Vladar.
I believe it was Chinikov that got the last touch, so he'll be credited with the shot on goal, even though I think the last bounce came off a Flyer. Face off to the left of Vladar early in this hockey game. Penguins win it. Karlsson takes it down to the corner. He'll go in behind the net now, far side. Curls around the circle. Shot on the net. Pad save from Vladar, and he pounces out on front of the rebound. Keep this game scoreless. 3 minutes and 13 seconds gone.
Great activation. Off a face-off by Karlsson. He gets the puck off that face-off and just takes off into the offensive zone, down the wall, in behind the net. I think he's got 3 shots of the Penguins 4 already. Does Erik Karlsson. And just another puck thrown in there. Vladar able to make the save and cover it. Flyers doing a good job boxing out away from Vladar. Penguins players and forwards unable to get to those loose pucks that are kicking around.
Crosby wins the draw. Gerard with a wrister. Never got through traffic. Sid hacks at the puck in the far circle, and the Flyers get it out to the neutral zone. Forster dumps it down to the Penguins' end. In behind Shelov's net, he'll stop it. Flings it over, a short pass to Letang. Works it up the near side of his own zone. Stretch pass to Rust. He couldn't handle it, but Gerard will poke it down to the Flyers' end as he collided with Forster in front of the Flyers' bench. Philly couldn't clear it. Far half wall, Rust got it to Raquel. Shovels it down to Crosby along the goal line. A crazy-looking pass to Letang. Still nearly got to him. Now Raquel gets crunched into the corner boards by Ristolainen. Puck over to the far side. Forster collects, sends it up to Couturier, but Sam Girard snatches it away. 4 minutes gone in this game. No score. Penguins out shooting 4-on-1 as Girard dumps it off the end boards, catches the rebound, backhands it down to the far corner. Martone will reverse it in behind the net to Sanheim. Sent up ahead to Couturier in the neutral zone. Forster's got it. Chips it over the Penguins line. Ryan Shea will collect. They'll take it back the other way for the Pens. Stretch pass as he was looking for Dewar. Taken away by Philly. Zegras over the Penguins line. Far circle. Rink wide to Martone. Had to play it off the boards as he couldn't handle the pass. Now the Penguins come up ice. They could have numbers here. Lazat to Achari near circle. Shot goes wide. Played all the way to the far half wall. Now Martone takes it in full flight. Sends ahead to the neutral zone. Tippet's got it. Rather Forster. Tippet towards the net. And a sprawling save by Artur Shelovs. Owen Tippet cruising towards the front of the net.
And Martone came in and just threw Lazat over top of Shelovs. And we got some craziness down there. Lazat is not happy. Martone, I believe that's Martone now down. He went down and he's seeming to be in some pain as he gets up, as Noel Achari was in on him as well. But what a save by Shelovs. And the game kind of opened up right just now. Back and forth action. And Owen Tippet, who can fly. He can absolutely fly for the Flyers. Just took that puck hard to the net, and Shilov's left leg beat him to that post and held on. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any penalties or anything from what happened down there.
And honestly, I think it's the right call. There was a lot of pushing and shoving going on. I mean, if anything, Martone laid a heavy hit on Blake Lizotte, and then he got tabletop by Artur Shilovs, who was already down.
Yeah, I'm getting a better look at it right now. Lizotte was coming in to clear out Tippet, who had the attempted chance, and Martone came in as he was coming. Lizotte was coming to hit Tippet. Martone came and hit Lizotte, and we had some craziness.
So we're still scoreless. 4.5 minutes gone. Face off to the left of Artur Shilovs, who just made an incredible save on Owen Tippet. Face off rolls in front of the Penguin net, but it's taken away by Erik Karlsson. He'll bring it up to center ice and tap it down to the Flyers' end near corner. Rolls along the end boards. It's cut off by Drysdale. Pumps it up the near wall. Closed off by Kindle, who took down Drysdale. Now the Flyers back in the Penguin zone. It's Cates, far circle, drop back past the Michkov, setting up bump in the slot, fought off by Shilovs with a blocker save.
A good long-range shot through some bodies and a big blocker save. Another big save, Shilovs.
Penguins trying to work their way through the neutral zone, but can't. Flyers take it back. Over 5 minutes gone in this game. Still no score. Noah Cates whiffed on a pass. Anthony Mantha took it away. Dropped it back to Sam Girard. Penguins and Flyers will get a change. Penguins out shooting Philly 4-2. 3 of those shots from Erik Karlsson. Now Malkin over the Flyers line. Ahead to Chinikov. Puck jumped over his stick. They'll play it down to the corner for Malkin. One of the Flyers goes down into the boards hard. It was Konechny. Now Letang's got it near point. Shot pass looking for Malkin. Couldn't connect. Novak sweeps it to the far wall. Flyers will take it away. Dvorak out to the neutral zone for Barkey. He'll dance at the near point and then lose it. Now takes it back. He's got it over the Penguin line. Drop back pass to Konechny. Near circle. Over to Barkey. Far circle. Saved by Shilovs. Loose puck in the slot. Chinikov tries to get it out of harm's way. He gets it to Crosby, who pumps it out to the neutral zone.
Another good chance. The Penguins at their own blue line. There was a turnover, and they didn't stop on it. They looped, which allowed Barkey to gain the zone, and the Flyers to execute and get another good chance. Shilovs sharp early.
Loud here at Xfinity Mobile Arena as the energy continues to rise. No score, over 6 minutes gone. Penguins turn it over in the neutral zone. Couturier, Penguins end. He's got Forrester in the slot, poked away by Shilovs. Taken back by Goaltending. Shot on that, another save by Shilovs. And he'll freeze it to stop the action as Couturier and Wotherspoon throw some hands at each other. Everybody tied up at the far side of Artur Shilov's net as Wotherspoon just hacks the arm out of the way of Couturier.
Forrester and Ricard Raquel have each other both in headlocks, which is a crazy sight to see. Double headlocks like that. Penguins are a little dangerous right now. They've given up some pretty high danger chances. And Shilovs is super sharp right now. And this building's just picking up now.
No score. 4 saves by each goaltender and a whole lot of action. 6.5 minutes into this hockey game. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Ever dreamed about signing with the Penguins? Now you can. With the Penguins Power Play package from FNB, you can be a part of the team with a Pens branded debit card, cashback credit card, and personal checks. Plus, score exclusive rewards like discounts on tickets, Pens gear, and more. Sign with the Penguins at fnb-online.com/Penguins. FNB, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. FNB, member FDIC, credit card subject to approval. See site for details.
No matter the occasion, there's always a reason to celebrate with a DQ ice cream cake. Creamy DQ soft serve and the chocolatey crunch center is great at any get-together. Customize yours today at DQ.com. DQ is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Penguins.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Glassmere Fuel Service is hiring CDL fuel delivery drivers. We're building a new starting lineup in Altoona, plus hiring new drivers in Latrobe and Tarentum. Call 800-235-9054. or apply today at glassmerefuel.com.
The Penguins had 4 of the first 5 shots on goal. Philly has come back with the last 3. We've got no score. 6.5 minutes gone in the game. Both teams with 4 shots on net. The Penguins had most of the momentum early on. And then the Flyers picked up a couple of high-quality chances, but Artur Shilovs has been sharp to start.
Well, boy, is he ever. And Tippet in all alone. Makes that big left pad save, a couple glove saves, some traffic in and around him, and he's battling early.
Penguins win the draw. Erik Karlsson will send it ahead to Lazard. He gets leveled by Nick Seeler in the neutral zone.
He's right up, though.
Down into the Flyers zone it goes. Achari trying to muscle his way around Trevor Zegras. Fight for the puck at the far half wall. Connor Dewar got it over to the near corner, but Tippet's the only guy there. They'll bring it up ice for the Flyers. Couldn't clear it out, though. Karlsson above the circle, dancing inside of it now. Down to the corner. Stripped of the puck by Tippet. Now Dewar gets in there to try to work the puck free. It's on the stick of Tippet. He'll send it over to Noah Juulsen in behind the Flyers net. Billy works it back the other way as we're 7 minutes past in this game. Erik Karlsson tapped it out to the neutral zone, but Zegras is able to shovel it over to Cam York. Flyers re-racking in their own zone, hunted by Igor Chinakhov. Got it ahead to Michkov. He couldn't get a pass back down. Now he does. It tumbles out to center ice as Sam Girard has control of it in his own zone. Igor Chinakhov still looking for his first goal in this playoff series. Snaps a pass to Girard. He works away from some traffic to Letang. The pass to Malkin jumped off his skate. Bump will take the puck away near corner. Look for a centering pass, but Girard cut it off. Puck still in the Penguin zone, far corner. Tommy Novak sweeps it over to the wall, pokes it ahead of the neutral zone. Gets it over the red line, tries to work it into the Flyers zone, but it's taken by Kate. Snaps a patch to Michkov. Letang breaks it up. They fight for the puck in between the penalty boxes. Malkin's got it. Near circle. Crosby far side. Shot and a save by Vladar.
2-on-1 quickly. Crosby coming off the bench to join. Malkin shoots big. Vladar save.
Flyers back in the Penguin zone. They turn the puck over, though. Crosby in full flight over the Flyers line with Rust in front. Rister swept away by Vladar. Rebound to the far half wall. Raquel couldn't get it. Michkov does. Snaps a pass to Dvorak. He's through the Penguins line. Sends it right on net as Seelovs will kick it over to the near wall. And behind the net, Ryan Shea collects. Takes a shoulder from Konechny, but still gets a pass up to Crosby. He tried to send it up the far wing. Couldn't clear it. Ristolainen then closed off by Crosby. Solovyov will feed Rust in the Penguin zone, who angles it down into the Flyers end to get a dump in. Penguins could get a change here.
It's just frantic. It feels like this game right now. It's just kind of back and forth.
Reaching into the 11th minute of this opening period. Penguins and Flyers are scoreless. Shots on goal in favor of the Pens, 6-5. Erik Karlsson takes it in behind Shilov's net and then will curl around back on the near side. Flyers fans with some choice words against the Penguins captain as the Penguins dump it into the Flyers end. Around the boards it goes. It's cut off at the far corner, rolled over to the near one. Forster will play it off the wall. Try to work it around Ben Kindle, sends it up the near boards and gets it to Couturier. Flyers captain will bring it up to center ice. Chips it down to the Penguins end. Tumbles down to the near corner. Wotherspoon plays it off the end wall. Swings it up to Kindle. Jumped off his stick out to center ice that Juulsen will take. Sends it ahead to Forster. Now Seeler pumps it down to the Penguins end. Rolls over to the far corner. Letang waiting for it. Got away from Couturier, but just chipped it deep. Couturier racing after it. Takes it in behind Shilov's net. Tied up by Letang with a couple of arms thrown. As the puck goes over to the near corner, Flyers have it. York to Juulsen. Far point Rister. Kicked out far circle. Turnaround shot. Denied by Shilovs on the attempt from Couturier. Flyers still with it. York to the high slot for Forster. Couturier and Letang are going at it along the goal line. Penguins will get it out to center ice. It's pumped back down to the Flyers end. And we got a delayed penalty here.
Well, it's the best shift in the last few games from Flyers captain Couturier. Hard on the forecheck, making things happen. Being physical. Him and Letang tied up almost all shift.
No penalty, my mistake. Penguins have it, Flyers zone. Karlsson near point, down off the end wall. It bounces to the far corner for Achari. Rolled up the far wall. Zegras will take it. Gallops to the neutral zone. Sends a rink-wide pass to Drysdale. Tippett, Penguin zone. Rister, saved by Shilovs. Rebound, second attempt. Kicked over to the far circle. Achari looks to clear it, and it tumbles out to the neutral zone.
Sam Girard made a huge play at the net front. It hit his skate, blocking that pass. Otherwise, it might have been a tap-in for Zegras.
Flyers still breathing down the Penguins. Next, they got it in the Penguin zone, near corner. Erik Karlsson couldn't get a pass off after a diving Alex bump. It's worked up the near wall. forced up to the point. Sealer a shot on that. Through traffic. Bump a shot saved by Shelovs. Erik Karlsson sends a pass right to Alex Pump. He's everywhere right now. Flyers lose the puck. Gerard's got it. Snaps a pass to Malkin, who angled it out to the neutral zone. No one's there. Ristolainen dumps it back in.
Well, the Flyers have all kinds of momentum right now, especially on the forecheck.
And now Malkin takes it away. Got it to Crosby over the Flyers line. Tries to carve through. It's stripped away. Michkov will take it back. Get it to Cates in the neutral zone. Dumps it over the Penguins line. Does this go out of play? But from the neutral zone.
All the energy. The Flyers have something cooking right now. The Penguins are surviving. Shelovs with some big saves in some big moments.
8:42 to go in the first. We've still got no score. Flyers now out shooting the Penguins 9-6. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
SiriusXM puts you in the front row with the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Head coach Mike McDonald joins actor and Seahawks fan Joel McHale for an exclusive conversation as Seattle gets ready to defend its title. The SiriusXM front row with the Seattle Seahawks. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and anytime on the SiriusXM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day, and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
A ton of energy packed into Xfinity Mobile Arena right now, but Artur Shelovs has stayed cool as a cucumber. 9 saves on the Philadelphia Flyers, 8:42 to go in the opening period. And he's a big reason why the Penguins and Flyers are still scoreless right now.
Oh, yeah, he's been tested, and he's rising to that challenge. 11-5 hits for the Flyers in favor, which has got this building rocking as they've seemingly tilted the ice here early in the first.
Flyers dump it into the Penguin zone after the face-off draw at center ice. Kicked out to the neutral zone by Mantha. Well, the Flyers will dump it back into the Penguin zone. Solovyov pawed it down, couldn't clear it. Mantha takes it away from Zegras, then takes a hard check from Tippet into the boards. Elmer Soderblom tied up at the far wall. Popped it up to the Flyers. Tippet whiffed on a shot.
To kind of corral him. Guy's a maniac.
Elmer Soderblom showing off that 6'8", 252 frame. And the Flyers kind of went after Ben Kindle and Soderblom after the penalty.
Well, Martone seems to be going after Kindle a lot. The two 19-year-olds taken in the draft this past June.
Well, the Penguins doing a nice job of not to buy in.
Philadelphia penalty number 9, 2 minutes, interference.
To keep it just a power play for the Penguins. The Flyers were trying to draw them in on some extracurricular activities, and the Penguins stayed away.
Well, in that first goal of the game last game, it was Anthony Mantha on the forecheck, and Ristolainen wanted nothing to do with it, finding Soderblom for the first goal of the game. And this time it's Soderblom on the forecheck, and both Flyers are like, I'll hold him, you go get it. No, I'll hold him, you go get it. And at the same time, Drysdale gets called for interference, so the Penguins will get a power play here and a chance to take a lead.
Well, the Penguins are the only team in this series to score in the first period. They've done it 3 times. Twice in this building in the last 2 games, but the Flyers win the draw, clear it down as the Penguins start the first power play of this contest. 8 minutes to go in the first, no score. As the Penguins are 18% on the power play this series, 3 for 17. Crosby to Raquel. The Rust over the Flyers line. Near half wall. Down to the corner. Pitches it up to Raquel. Sweeps it to Malkin. Far side to Carlson. High slot. Back to Malkin at the far circle. Down to the goal line. Takes it in behind the net. Swings it up to Crosby at the near half wall. Got it back down. No, he got tied up in the Flyers. Rust will take it away, though. Carlson walks the blue line. Carlson in the high slot. Now to Crosby. Near circle. Malkin. Back to Carlson. They'll wrist one. Fought up by Vladar. Rebound far corner. Raquel ladles it to Rust. Now back up to Carlson. Carlson. Back to Rust. Rust. Wrister. Glove save Vladar.
Great job by Dan Vladar to look past Raquel right in front of his eyes. Penguins were working it around great. Good passing. A lot of movement with the puck and guys moving around as well. They look really connected here on the power play. Vladar just looking around the far side of Raquel, making a big glove save.
66 seconds to go on the power play as Crosby's going to get kicked off out of the face-off circle. Raquel will take over against Christian Dvorak. Raquel wins it to Sid, quickly to Carlson. High slot. Down the blue line, gets it to Malkin near half wall. To Carlson again up top. Walks the blue line to Crosby, far circle. Wrister, fought up by Vladar. Rebound to the near half boards. Malkin pokes at it, pumped up and taken by the Flyers on the stick of Dvorak. He'll bring it to center ice, sling it right on net. That Shilovs makes the save. Rebound to the near corner. Dvorak's got it again. Tumbles off the back of the cage, and Sid boxes out Dvorak so Carlson can get it. 35 seconds to go on the Penguins' power play. No score with under 7 to go in the opening period. Rust in the Flyers' zone. Sends it ahead for Malkin near corner. Boxes out, wrist the line, and they work it up the near wall. Couturier's got it. He'll sling it out. No, he'll take it up to center ice. Stop in between the penalty boxes. Milk off some time and dip it back to Sealer.
Oh, really smart by Couturier. I thought he might have had a guy streaking. Instead, elected to keep it, pump it back, and waste some time.
Dumped into the Penguins zone as Kindle gets there first. We're down to single digits on the Penguins power play. Second unit out there as Chris Letang took it up the center ice, got closed off by Tippet. Had to take it back, snapped it up ahead. Tippet got a piece of it. Drysdale's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins 0 for 1 in the power play. 6 minutes to go in the opening period. Penguins have the puck back. Turn it over to Zegras. Cross-ice pass. Sanheim near circle. Wrister wide of the net. Long rebound all the way out to the neutral zone. It goes rolling on edge into the Flyers' end. All the way to the far circle as the Penguins will get a change. Their fourth line out on the ice as Zegras takes it over the Penguins line. Chips it towards the slot. Drysdale tied up by Achari with a great back check. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Juleson will take it away. Send it ahead for Konechny. He'll rim it around the boards near half wall for Zegras. Zegras sends it deep, but it's cut off by Wotherspoon. And he got taken out by Dewar. Dewar chicks it down into the Flyers zone near corner. Lazat trying to poke it along the end boards as Achari's tied up. He got taken down by Ristolainen, and now we got a penalty.
The holding call. As Ristolainen looks like he's still standing there chirping. Is it going to be on Noel Achari?
I think it is.
Yeah, they got Noel Achari. There was just some chaos down there.
Pittsburgh penalty, 55, 2 minutes, holding.
Well, all right, they get their chance now.
The Penguins, after being unsuccessful on the first power play, now will be shorthanded. 5:19 to go in the first. We've got no score. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Before, during,
wrist far side, shoots deflected, they score!
Lives here. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, shoot it from the cheap seats, and scream, ref, you suck, like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
Kelly's Riverside Saloon has 350 Labatt Blue bottles during all Penguins games.
Penguins are shorthanded. Flyers have the puck in the Penguins zone. It gets poked over to the near corner as it tracked up the wall. Martone cuts it off, though. Fighting for it against Erik Karlsson along the corner boards. As there's 3 Penguins and 3 Flyers going at it right now. This is milking off some time. 20 seconds gone to the Penguins PK. Under 5 minutes to go in the opening period. They work it up to Drysdale at the point. Far circle for Zegras. Hangs onto it. Snaps it to Martone. Near circle. Fought off by Sheelovs. Rebound to the far corner. Chipped along the end boards. Wotherspoon's got it. He will clear it up, not out. Kept alive by Drysdale. Feeds Martone. Near circle. Zegras. And a great poke check by Connor Dewar to poke the puck out of play. 1:19 to go on the Penguins PK. No score with 4:38 left in this first.
Well, Flyers got it off the draw. Penguins forced a kind of puck battle down in the corner, which ate up a bunch of time. But once it broke free out of there, Flyers able to get into their setup. And a good shot by Martone. Sheelovs, another huge glove save. You said he fought it off. Couldn't have said it any better. Just battled that shot from Martone off.
11 saves for the Penguins goaltender so far tonight. Penguins still shorthanded for the next 79 seconds as we'll get a false face-off. Dvorak won it. So he's not too happy about it right now. He goes against the 19-year-old Ben Kindle, who also celebrated a birthday this series. Drop of the puck, Flyers win it. Barkey's got it, slings it over to Ristolainen, far point. Downstairs to Michkov, back to Ristolainen. Michkov at the hash marks far circle. Takes it up to the point, sweeps it down for Dvorak. Jumped over his stick. Barkey sends it up the far wall. Michkov collects. Half wall to the hash marks. Little give and go with Dvorak. Up top to Ristolainen. Now to the near circle for Barkey with less than a minute to go on the Penguins PK. Far circle Michkov. Brings it up the wall. Downstairs to Dvorak. Stripped away by Letang. Ryan Shea will clear it down.
It's too predictable by the Flyers there as their second unit out there right now, and Michkov trying to work it low. Chris Letang read it like a book.
Flyers are 13.3% on the power play this series. Both of their goals coming in Game 3. Penguins steal the puck. Blake Lizotte takes his time, stretches it up to Dewar. Shorthanded chance. He's going against Ristolainen towards the net. He's still got it, and a pad save by Dan Vladar.
Oh, great speed by Connor Dewar, and then second and third effort to stay with that. Almost got it past the leg of Vladar with Ristolainen all over him.
Penguins take it away again. Karlsson to Rust in the neutral zone, trying to poke it forward for a 2-on-1, but a great play by Porter Martone to keep it away. Flyers Penguins zone. Konechny jumbled the puck in the far circle. 3 seconds down to 2-1. Achari's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. And what a clear by Ben Kindle as the Flyers try to set up a centering pass to Porter Martone.
It looked like Kindle knocked that out of midair.
Just over 3 minutes to go in the opening period. We've got no score. Both teams unsuccessful on the power play. Both teams with 11 shots on goal. Anthony Mantha near side of his own end. Stretch pass ahead to Crosby. Over the Flyers line. Drop back to Gerard. Far circle. Back to Sid at the goal line. Cut in behind the net. Try to feed it back up to Gerard, but the pass goes to Martone. Flyers up ice. Martone sends it rink wide. Out of the reach of Zegras. Pumped ahead to Raquel. He finds Crosby near circle. Curls around at the corner. Up the wall. A wide open Gerard, but it goes off his stick. Shot on net. Tumbles in front of the crease. Raquel pokes at it, and Vladar's got the puck. 2:36 to go in the opening period, and we're still scoreless.
Well, hey, Pens fans, are you ready to get in the game with over 100 games to choose from? It's time to play to win with the PA Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Now, Crosby had that puck on a string on that shift. Entering the zone off the rush. Almost finding Gerard on that far side. He loves to see that. He's like one of the guys. It doesn't matter how much traffic's in front of him. When he pulls up on the half wall, he can see through everyone.
Penguins win the draw, but cough it up to Couturier. He'll shovel it into the Penguin zone, hit the upper body of Shea. Couldn't clear it. Couturier with it again. He finds Sealer near point. Cross-ice pass, jumped off the stick of Forster, far circle. Novak couldn't clear it out of the Penguin zone. It's dumped back in deep. Carlson quickly got it to Shea, pumped up to Chinikov, neutral zone. He feeds it to Malkin, who just let it ride to Novak, who dumps it down to the Flyers then. Just over 2 minutes to play in this opening period, no score. Fight for the puck down to the far corner. It's pulled away by Sanheim. He'll rim it up the near wall. Letang tries to cut it up at the half boards. Got it to Chinikov. He finds Novak near circle. Turnaround pass to Chinikov. It's taken away by Couturier. They'll shovel it over to Sanheim, cruising through the neutral zone, dumping it down to the Penguins' end. Flyers get a change. 1:45 to go in the opening period. Penguins out shooting the Flyers 12-11. Chris Letang up ahead. It gets deflected into the Flyers zone. Philly will chip it back the other way. Dumps it into the air as Sam Girard paws it down. He's being hunted by Bump. Shovels it out to center ice. Mantha whacks at it, but the Flyers take it away. Down along the near wall. Down over to Michkov. He sends a lead pass to Cates. Grabbing it over the Penguins line. Flyers are offside.
I think they deemed he did not have possession of that puck. It was kind of bouncing on him as they tried to get across the line with numbers. I think the ref got it right.
Hey fans, when America needs a power play, EQT delivers, fueling freedom, strengthening allies, and unleashing U.S. LNG from right here in Pittsburgh. Both teams with a power play in this first, neither team with a goal. 1:24 to go in the opening period. Penguins out shooting the Flyers right now, 12-11. Quite a good goalie display we've had in this first period.
They're really good. Both teams really sharp. This is the best the Flyers have looked in a couple games. Getting to that forechecking game. The Penguins playing well also.
Flyers rim it around the boards in the Penguins' end. Sam Girard will take a loose puck in the far circle. They send a rink-wide pass looking for Brian Rust. It missed him. Sent back down to the Penguins' end. It goes all the way out to the neutral zone and all the way down to the Flyers' end. No icing because a Flyer was last to touch it. Near corner, Ristolainen pitches it up the wall. Konechny sends a saucer pass to Sanheim in the neutral zone. He'll take it over the Penguin line to Denver Barkey. Beats Konechny. Cross-ice pass. Shot fired. It's deflected on Dvorak's attempt. Wotherspoon. Play it goes.
Yeah, Wotherspoon got his leg on that. Some nifty passing in transition on entry. They really worked it from east to west coming across that blue line into the Penguin zone. Parker Wotherspoon, who's done it all year, putting his body on the line, getting a piece of that and deflecting a really good look or opportunity created by the Flyers up into the netting.
Under a minute to go in this first period. Face off to the left of Artur Shilovs. We're scoreless. Flyers win the draw. They dump it down to the corner as Wotherspoon will collect. Takes it along the end boards. He gets tied up by Martone. Taken by Lizotte now, though. He'll glide it out to Wotherspoon through the neutral zone. He's got it over the Flyers line. Backhand chips it down to the near corner. Rides along the end boards. Wotherspoon races after it. Achari gets it towards the net. Dewar hit it just wide. Flyers trying to poke it along the near side. Connor Dewar's been so close multiple times tonight. Now Tippet brings it. Penguin zone, near point. Fires it off the end boards. It tumbles off the back of the net. Literally rode up the twine and then fell back down. We've got 10 seconds to go in the opening period. Achari in the neutral zone will tap it down to the Flyers' end. Down to 5 seconds in the first period. Flyers have it. 3 down to 2 and 1. And 1 in opening 20 here from Philadelphia. We saw just about everything but a puck in the back of the net. No score through 20. Shots on goal in favor of the Pens right now, 12-11.
That was a fast-moving period. It was back and forth. The Flyers with the start they're looking for here. I mean, they got back on the forecheck. They started executing. The Penguins surviving. Shilovs with an excellent period to start. And, you know, looking at it, Joe, 22-10 hits in favor of the Flyers. That was more like what it was in the first 3 games coming out of periods. And so they got back to that physicality game and executing. And the Penguins are going to probably see this all night as the desperation picks up here in Philly with this team. And the Penguins win in the last few games. Entertaining first. I need a break.
Here, buddy. Flyers are desperate to finish off this series here at home. Penguins are desperate because they need a win to keep their season alive. Brian Metzer has our first intermission report for us. The Penguins and Flyers are scoreless through 20. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What's up, Pittsburgh? Brian Rust here, letting you know that I'm bringing back half-off milkshakes to the city of Pittsburgh. That's right, you heard me. Half-off shakes are back at Milkshake Factory when I score a goal. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and melted hot fudge topped with whipped cream. And of course, a chocolate 17. When I score a goal, come celebrate with me at the Milkshake Factory.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with the new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
It takes all of us to take action and bring awareness to create a better community and environment. Penguins Pledge brings together key Penguins business partners with a common goal to create a more environmentally conscious community. Our Penguins Pledge champion partners PPG, US Steel, EQT, Wesco, Indra Energy, and Coca-Cola are all committed to a better and more sustainable Pittsburgh. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Paul Steigerwald. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shifts. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals over the years. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. They develop solutions that preserve natural resources with the goal to protect and beautify our world. PPG Paints Arena is proud to be the first LEED Gold certified NHL arena. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
This is the Penguins line.
Torshilov's really had to make some quality saves for, stretches right in short segments of time. He made 4 saves on Jolson, Couturier, Tippet, and Bump over a span of between 9:41 and 10:46. Dan Vladar, to his credit, was doing the same thing on the other side of the ice, made a great stop on Connor Dewar. A couple other great looks from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and overall, all of the guys getting the chances were looking a little frustrated because they couldn't beat these two goaltenders, and it was a combined 23 shots on goal through that period of play. Chilos had to stop 11, and Dan Vladar 12 on his side. Both teams did have a power play opportunity. Noel Acciari took the second one of the period. He went for holding at 14:41. It was a little bit of a breakneck pace on the PK, but the Penguins handled their business. And then Jamie Drysdale, who took the first penalty of the period at 11:53 for interference. Penguins went to work on that power play opportunity. And when you look at the shots on goal and the power plays, Penguins registered 3 and the Flyers just 1 on their power play chance. So scoreless after one period of play, a lot of hockey left, and it's edge of your seat kind of stuff here in a win or go home situation for the Penguins. When we come back, a conversation with Anthony Mingione. You know him. He's joined me a couple times throughout the season when the Penguins have met the Flyers. We're doing it again for Game 6 next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Wake up to value at Get Go Cafe and Market. Mix and match your mornings with 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. Choose 2 breakfast sandwiches stacked with egg, meat, and cheese on your choice of bagel, fluffy biscuit, or flaky croissant. Exclude steak and Impossible sandwiches. Fill up with 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6 at Get Go Cafe and Market, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives, life-changing medicine.
Tired of the cold and shoveling snow? Same. This year, make an easy escape from winter by switching to S&T Bank. With online and mobile banking, you are always in control. Set savings goals, track your budget, and transfer funds faster than you can say, pina colada, please. With convenient locations and ATMs, we'll make planning your next tropical trip a breeze. Stop by your local S&T branch. Visit stbank.com or call 800-325-2265. Banking made easy so you can spend more time in the sun. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
And welcome back into our first intermission report where we are scoreless after one period of play between the Penguins and Flyers here in an all-important Game 6. Brian Metzer back here with you and now joined by my good buddy Anthony Mingione. You've heard him on our broadcast throughout the season and when we've met the Flyers. And he's joining us again here tonight. Ant, we were hoping for a classic, and it seems like it's kind of teetering on the edge of that right now with these two teams.
Yeah, the pace of this game, Brian, has been pretty intense, I would say, so far. Both teams, Flyers obviously had some major grade A chances there, but Shilov's obviously, great. I think he's done a great job, obviously, in net. Penguins' stick work has been very active in their end, making sure there was one chance, certainly with Christian Dvorak, that looked like it could be pretty dangerous there towards the end of the period. So, again, both teams playing like, there's a lot on the line, and there certainly is.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And what were your thoughts on some of the adjustments that have been made in the series? Of course, Shiloh's coming in for the Penguins. On the other side, you saw Michkov coming out, going back in. I personally have been thrilled to see Bump get in there. He has been a menace, really tough to handle for the Penguins so far in his two games. But what were your thoughts on both sides, their adjustments?
So certainly from having Alex Bump certainly coming into the lineup because, the wall work, he's pretty conscientious defensively, and he's not afraid to shoot the puck. Like, he's already, he's been in big games, obviously, in his college career. Obviously, at Western Michigan, he won the NCAA championship there. So he's not, it's obviously different in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But I would say at the same time, though, he certainly has stepped up his game. Michkov, it's been interesting to watch. Certainly, first 4 games I thought weren't great from him. He needs to, I think, certainly pick up the pace a little bit more. It looks a little better in this one, but there's still some work that certainly has to be done there.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be a story to watch all summer too, because obviously the fan base was disappointed to see him come out. Rick Tocchet's had his thoughts on him all year. I think you and I have talked about that relationship a couple of times, even dating back to last season. But just your thoughts on how the Penguins have fought back in this series to make it a series after being down 3 games to nothing, kind of looking to try and make some history here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going up against the Flyers team that's done a reverse sweep, certainly, so the Penguins are trying to do it to them. The Penguins have done a great job, I think, of just being after the first 3 games, becoming much more disciplined, and that's been probably, to me, the most important thing. They've also been able to, achieve, their forecheck certainly has gotten a lot better. It was really good, I thought, in Game 5. And how and obviously in Game 5, how they're able to basically shut the game down in the third period was pretty impressive to me. So, again, this is kind of what we thought this series was going to be, that it was going to get to a 6th or 7th game, and it's played out maybe in a different way than everybody expected, but we're here basically where we are now.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I think we'll all be on the edge of our seats throughout the rest of this one, and if it goes back to Pittsburgh, who knows what could happen. But enjoy the rest of this one, buddy. Thanks for your help all season long, and thanks for your time tonight. Great stuff as always.
You got it, Matt. It's good talking to you.
Good talking to you. That is Anthony Mingione. You can find him on X at Anthony Mingione, all one word, and he is a writer for the Hockey Hot Stove, covers the Flyers there. He does a lot of work on Off the Post Radio as well. When we come back, some news from around the league, scores, and more on the Penguins Radio Network.
Years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. for being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates, fans like you, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Take a break and come out with us tonight.
Not tonight, man.
Come on. You deserve a night out. You're going to miss out.
Miss out on what?
While you stayed home, they won big. They celebrated. They got the suite, stayed up all night, and made memories. And you weren't there. Some nights are too good to sit out. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
Hi, I'm Marcus Leto. I'm the co-creator of the Halo universe and the creator of the Master Chief. Kent State really taught me to think like a designer, not just to build visuals, but to build worlds. I mean, that was all this fire in my belly that I just wanted to try to create something that was different. The program here really helped give me the tools to enter the workforce, and I still look back to Kent State as a foundation that allows me now to do the kind of stuff that I can do.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the Penguins live intermission report with Brian Metzer.
We're still looking for our first goal between the Penguins and Flyers after one period of play in Philly. Brian Metzer here with you, and the Montreal Canadiens and Lightning, they aren't looking for their first goal. The Canadiens are up in that one 2-1. About 9.5 to go in the second period of play. Gallagher and Doc, the scorers for the Canadiens, and James on the board for the Lightning, his first in the playoffs. And that's been an intriguing series to watch, and there's a lot of other intrigue going on as well. We have the Minnesota Wild jumped up 3-2 on the Dallas Stars over the last couple of days here. The Utah Mammoth and Vegas Golden Knights are tied at 2. Last night, Connor McDavid and his Edmonton Oilers made a little bit of a statement. That was a winner-go-home game for them, and they ended up finally putting their foot down and beating Anaheim 4-1. Big victory there. So the pressure off Edmonton just for a hair for a day or so. We'll see how that ends up going as they move through the rest of the series. Interesting thing, though, Nathan McKinnon wasn't named as a Ted Lindsay finalist yesterday, and everybody was kind of melting down over that, saying, and he was the leading scorer. He had the most 5-on-5 points, and he was, just having an outstanding season. And he is kind of dealing with Sid dealt with at times in his career. So many good players on his roster. McCarr, he's got a great coach. He's got great goaltending this year. He's got a lot of things, and that kind of sways the votes because Sid always had Gino and a good team, etc., and that kept him from getting some votes in those situations on occasion. So, Nate, another thing you have in common with your countryman, Sidney Crosby. When we come back, second period action from Philadelphia. Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong have it for you next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Got kicked out of the house again, Johnny. We lost in OT, and I threw the remote through the TV. There goes your bundle and our playoffs at home.
You've got Sirius XM, right? All the games, hometown announcers, right on the app.
You are useful. Turn it on.
Get every game of the NHL and NBA playoffs on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app. Every game, every team, and your hometown announcers all in one place.
But if you throw anything at my radio, you're walking.
We deliver the NHL.
But don't you see similarities there in Florida in the East, Vegas in the West? Because when you look at the draft picks or lack thereof, at some point we gave it a run. It's going to be time to pay the piper, isn't it? Now, I don't think that time has come for either franchise, but we can see where this is ultimately going.
But then again, it does make it difficult because you're on that treadmill. Eventually, it stops. And bottom line, you empty the tank and you got the ultimate prize. That makes it worth it.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
Hey, Jim Rome here. What's cracking?
Hi.
Hope you're enjoying the game. And when you're not taking in a game, find us on Sirius Channel 161, XM Channel 206. In fact, we'll be there every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got something you want to break down from this game, you know where to find us. Just make sure you have a take and don't suck.
Your game
that has never changed. In fact, this show has never changed. We're just back home. And it's great to be there. Sirius 161, XM 206. See you there.
Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots and scores!
NHL Play-by-Play on Sirius XM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back. Stick handles to the backhand. Moves in front. Score!
NHL Play-by-Play on Sirius XM.
Ready for the second period here in Philadelphia, where the Penguins and Flyers are scoreless. Shots on goal through the first 20. The Penguins with 12. The Flyers with 11. Archer Shilovs with a few 10-bell saves to keep this game scoreless, as both teams went scoreless on the power play as well.
And the game really opened up and got going back and forth, Joe. And Flyers got to their forecheck, they got to the body, they got to some physicality. The Penguins with a couple chances back their other way. Erik Karlsson leading all Penguins players with 4 shots on goal. He also logged massive minutes, 10 minutes and 12 seconds. Wow. And that's what you could get on that right side right now when you look at their D pairings. And Ilya Solovyov not getting as much ice time, just 2:46 of ice time. Gets Karlsson out there a little more, gets Letang out there a little more, and I think we see their play kind of feeding off of that. Also, the added minutes, the added responsibility, the better flow and rhythm as we go on into the game here. But playing over half the minutes of that first period is Erik Karlsson.
Karlsson had 3 of the first 4 shots on goal for the Penguins, and the one shot that wasn't credited to him was actually started off on a shot pass from him that caught Igor Chinikov. That's when the Penguins came firing out of the gate, but then Philly really cranked up their offensive pressure. Archer Shilovs with a few magnificent saves. The one on Tippet is the biggest one in my mind. That
stretching out with his left pad, his toe right to the post to cut it off and really freeze it as well. I don't know how he did that either. Nice power move by Owen Tippett to get to that back post. Flyers playing desperate hockey. The Penguins with their backs against the wall for another game here. And on we go.
On we go. Start the second period. Penguins win the draw. Opening faceoff is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards. Penguins now attacking from right to left in their road white sweaters. Flyers in their home orange sweaters attacking from left to right. Philly takes the puck back, gets it over to the neutral zone as Erik Karlsson will escape it to Wotherspoon in the Penguins' end. Penn's resetting here. A quick pass to Crosby. He's over the Flyers line. Chucks it down to the corner. Rush chases after it, but Sanheim gets there first. Worked up the wall. Sid swept it to Wotherspoon. High slot Karlsson. Wrister deflected. It's Couturier. Wide open pass to Forster. Jumped off his skate, luckily. Down to the near corner. Wotherspoon will keep it away.
Yeah, Forster just took off, and Couturier trying to find him up ice. Unable to connect.
Now Crosby will take the puck in the near corner of his own zone. Feed it to Karlsson as Wotherspoon's tied up with Forster in behind the Penguins' net right now. They're both tangled as the Penguins dump it down to the Flyers' end. York collects at the corner. Spits it over to the near side for Drysdale. He'll play it up ahead to Barkey. In full flight, he takes it over the Penguins' line. Near side, turnaround pass at the skate of York. Backhand shot, saved by Shilovs. Where's the puck? Far side. Konechny will take it up the wall. And now it's taken away by Igor Chinikov. Off to the races. Flyers zone. Stops above the circle. Feeds Malkin. Shot fired. Fought out by Vladar. Rebound to the far half boards. Chinikov keeping it away from Dvorak. Got it to Malkin. He couldn't get a pass off, though. It goes to the stick of Barkey. He'll work it out to center ice as Travis Konechny chips it down to the Penguins' end. Gerard races it down, near corner. Backhand shovels it to Letang. Couldn't get the pass past Zegras, but Malkin will get it to Novak, who chips it down to the Flyers' end. Penguins get a change here. 18-18 to go in the second period. We've got no score in Philly as the Flyers dump it down. That'll be icing by the Flyers with 18-10 to go in the second.
Well, just under 2 minutes in, and we're back and forth already. Flyers up ice, and Denver Barkey finding York up the middle. He gets a little backhander off that Shilovs had to fight off, and then I think he made 2 or 3, the second and third save on that sequence as well. And then back the other way, Evgeny Malkin just missing on entry. A pass from Chinikov. He had all kinds of time. I think he might hit the butt end of Vladar's stick.
Penguins win the draw. Karlsson a blast. It's blocked by Connor Dewar. Rebound spits out to the near side. Tippett will take it up ice into the Penguin zone. He goes tumbling down, tied up with Karlsson. They're fighting for the puck in the near corner of the Penguins' end. Worked along the end board. Shea gets it away from Zegras. Worked it up the wall. Lazard will cut it off. He's being hunted by a couple of Flyers, but is able to get it to Karlsson. Sends it rink wide, looking for Achari out of his reach. This will be icing by the Penguins. Over 2 minutes gone in the second period. No score, shots on goal, even at 12 apiece.
Well, I mean, it's nerve-wracking, this game, right? There's lots on the line, no question. But a really fun brand of hockey to watch right now from both teams. Back and forth action, big saves, physicality as well.
This is honestly how I expected the entire series to be.
Yeah.
But the Flyers got the better of it for the first 3 games. The Penguins leveled up over the last 2. Here we are in game 6 now.
Well, clunky change by the Penguins just now in front of their own bench as they sort things out. Get the right guys out there.
Penguins couldn't clear it. Drysdale stops it at the point, gets it down to Michkov, who works it up the wall. Creates some space in the circle. It's swatted up, but Drysdale keeps it alive. To Cates, near circle, to Michkov at the corner, works it up the wall, snaps it up. It's York, wrister, blockered away by Archer Sheloffs.
Michkov taken out of the lineup for the Flyers last game. Back in now, some nifty work in and around the half wall. Just eluding Penguins defenders and finding that weak side cross-ice pass to the defenseman. Pretty good shot, no traffic really. Sheloffs just puts it up into the netting.
Right now they're giving him 13 saves, as they are for Dan Vladar. Face off to the right of Sheloffs in the Penguin zone. Achari against Zegras, and now Zegras is going to get kicked out of there. Owen Tippett will take over. Drop of the puck, Penguins have it. Letang springs it ahead to Connor Dewar in the neutral zone. He dumps it down to the Flyers' end near corner. Lazat chases after it, cuts it off from Drysdale, works it up the wall, then got tied into the boards by Drysdale. Owen Tippett shoveling for the puck. Everyone's going after it along the near half boards. As Lazat hacks at it as well. Dewar tried to chip it up. They get it down to the corner. Lazat tied up by Drysdale. Now a fight for it in the near corner. That Dewar couldn't feed Gerard. Martone cut it off. Gerard will just send it deep to Lazat at the far corner. Dancing below the goal line. Centering pass to Dewar. Found him low. Now he brings it over to the end boards as he gets crunched into the wall by Tippett. They get it to Lazat again. He's tied into the boards by Drysdale. Achari takes the loose puck. Works it up the near wall. And he gets crunched into the boards by York. Lazat shoveling it out to Dewar. They get it to Achari, knocking it down in the circle. Lazat again to Dewar. Quick shot wide of the net. Zegras will take the rebound in behind the net. Whiffed on a clearing attempt, then got leveled by Connor Dewar. Puck rimmed over to the near half wall as Gerard beats Crosby, who blasts it wide. Long rebound to the far point for Chris Letang. Far circle, it's Rust, and behind the net for Crosby. Curls around the circle. Raquel a blast, broke his stick. Kicked wide by Vladar. Rust whacks at it in the corner. It's taken away by Crosby. Feeds Rust towards the net, couldn't get a shot off. He's got it on the far side, shovels it up to Letang at the point. He'll feed it to Rust at the half boards. Chip down to the end boards. Crosby cuts it off from Drysdale. At the corner. Curls around the circle. Sets up Gerard. High slot. Wrister wide of the net. Rebound handled by Crosby. Far wing. Curls around the circle again. Raquel one-timer. And it's fought up by Vladar. Tippett's got it. Shovels it out to the neutral zone. Gerard will race it down. This will be icing by the Flyers.
Oh, man, I don't know. They got some line changes going on. They're going to have to get everyone back on the bench for the Flyers. That was set up by the fourth line of the Penguins. Just dominating pressure and then able to get a line change while they still had offensive zone possession and creating, and that Crosby line able to jump on. And the key to that, the fourth line just tired those guys out. Once the Crosby line got out there, they had nothing left. Just a wide, long-range shot from Carlson seemingly is all they got, as Raquel had a good chance, broke his stick. That shot didn't get through. Well, the Flyers really survive as they now are buying time for some of these tired bodies on that icing to rest up. Oh, I didn't know I wasn't out here. They're playing that game right now. Crosby talking to the official, hey, you got to have them go faster here. Like, we need these guys tired. Martone with his stick on his knees. Now the officials talking to head coach of the Penguins, Dan Muse, and he's saying, what's going on here? Now more conversations.
Cates is getting kicked out of there.
Yeah, the game within the game, I guess, and the refs got to... I mean, that was a chaotic change, no question. There was some guys... It appeared a couple guys may have... At least one guy might have gotten off before the icing. Well, it's pointless now. What are they looking at? They're trying to get the numbers of the guys that were on the ice.
I guess so. Trevor Zegers
What's the point now?
Went down the tunnel. And now Konechny races off the bench to talk to the officials. And yeah, I mean, this is just disputing exactly what the Penguins are arguing right now.
They got a sheet with the paper with the numbers on it. I mean, to the defense of the officials, I mean, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Just because they had tired bodies, guys were racing to change. And with the confusion, like, I mean, they caused a ton of confusion. Everyone just kind of flooded off the bench on that icing. And they're playing it perfectly right now. If they're the Flyers, they were tired. They were in trouble. And this nullifies that opportunity with keeping tired guys on the ice, on an icing.
Right. And the Flyers just now are getting a fifth man on the ice in Christian Dvorak.
And what's the point?
Right.
Just give him a line change at this point if you're not going to get it right away.
So Tippett takes a draw against Crosby. Sid wins it to Wotherspoon to Carlson, far point. Far circle, got it to Raquel on a blocked shot. Raquel in the corner, takes it along the wall, spins it up the near side. Wotherspoon races it down. Got it away from Dvorak, but still tied up into the boards. Raquel trying to dig it free now. Still tucked along the wall as Crosby spins it over to the far side. Carlson cut it off at the half boards and can't keep it onside. They'll have to backskate into his own zone, but the Penguins keep the pressure on the Flyers to prevent a change. They dump it down to the far corner as Sid races after it. Drysdale got it, but then coughed it up to Sid. Pumped it up to Shea, far point. Sends it down that far wall to Sid and behind the net. Trying a quick chop pass to Russ, but it got kicked away by Philly. Shea with a drive, blocker saved by Vladar. Tippett near half boards. Will kick it out to the neutral zone. It tumbles over the Penguins line. Glendening fighting for it in the corner, but he's wrapped up by Ryan Shea. Those two go crashing into the end boards as Wotherspoon tries to kick the puck away. It's loose to the far side, and now finally they'll blow the whistle as Shelovs makes the save.
Yeah, Shelov smothered it with his blocker, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty here to the Flyers. Their fans seem to be cheering. I think it is... Is it the... Who do they get here? Is it Parker Wotherspoon? No, it is the Flyers.
Glendening with his helmet off. Here's the call.
Well, Glendening with a good forecheck. He got in on the puck with Ryan Shea all tied up. The puck bounced to the side of the net. Shelovs froze it. Players came together.
Go down to 41, minor penalty for Sausage.
No, it was Glendening. Yeah, I see the replay of it now. He came in from that battle with Shea. And while Shelovs had the puck covered, he's calling a little poke in on Shelovs on that play. It wasn't much, but the Penguins will take it.
Well, the Penguins had the first power play of the game. They had 3 shots but no goal.
Yeah, you want to take your time on an icing and play a little interference, delay a game, whatever you want to call it. Well, hockey gods will get you. And they got Glendening with a little slash on Shelovs. Another power play opportunity here for the Penguins as they have some momentum going right now with their play.
Face off to the right of Vladar, and the Flyers kick it down to the corner. Sanheim can't clear it just yet. Raquel gets taken down to the ice fighting for the puck. So does Russ. Crosby's got it, trying to feed it to Malkin, but it was poked away by the Flyers.
And a good stick on that play by Dvorak. Crosby looking through the seam from a battle down low to Gino that was right there. The stick on the puck, and the Flyers fans aren't happy with the call.
Giving the officials the same treatment they do to Sidney Crosby. Penguins in the Flyers zone. Cross-ice pass by Russ is just snatched out of midair by Couturier. He'll feed Dvorak in the neutral zone. Takes it over the Penguins line in the circle towards the slot. Drags towards the corner. Shelovs out of his net. Centering pass wide. Second attempt. Kicked wide by Shelovs and then batted out of the way by the Penguins.
I thought Dvorak was going to take that around, have a wraparound. Shelovs was battling to stay with Dvorak on that play and got a pretty good chance off the backside. That puck just squirted to a big save. The rebound was there, but the Penguins got the clear.
Huge shorthanded opportunity for the Flyers. Penguins dodge a bullet. 1 minute to go on the power play. Second unit out on the ice. Chinakhov near point. Sends it down around the boards to Malkin, who's still out there from the top unit. Mantha in behind the net. Feeds it back up to Malkin at the hash marks. Inside the circle. Mantha on the doorstep, trying to shovel it home. Chinikov hit the near post. Now Kindle with a drive. That's stopped by Vladar. Puck to the near corner. Cates will tap it over to the far side. Malkin collects off the board. Sweeps it up to Letang, far point. Down the blue line. Gets it back to Malkin. Far circle. Downstairs Mantha. Backhand shot. Fought up by Vladar.
Well, Mantha could have took it to his forehand. Down low in front of the crease.
23 on the Penguins power play. Chinikov down to the near corner. Snaps it up to Letang. Malkin. Far circle. Whipped on a shot pass. His stick broke. Kicked out to the neutral zone. Letang will take it. Down to 10 seconds on the Penguins power play. Chris Letang feeds Kindle in between the penalty boxes and tees it down to the Flyers zone. Around the boards it rolls, far half wall. Mantha chips it in behind the goal line. Worked up the far wall. Cates has it. Snaps it over to Goaltending out of the box. He's over the Penguins line. Tied up into the far corner by Wotherspoon. Lost the puck. It's now at the corner of the trapezoid. Penguins 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. 12:15 to go in the second period. We're still scoreless from Philly. Fighting for the puck in behind Shilov's net. At the far corner of the trapezoid. It's pinned along the wall right now by Chris Letang. Squeaks free to Wotherspoon, but Zegras will take it away. Centering past Sanheim. Shot goes wide of the net. Kindle from the far corner will pump it up, but not out. Sanheim knocks it down, brings it down the wall. Chips out towards the slot. Wotherspoon takes it, feeds Tommy Novak. He'll take it into the Flyers zone, sling it off the end boards. It goes to the far corner. Like Lazat cuts it off, gets rimmed up the near wall. Sanheim lets it ride for Zegras, missed his stick. Gerard will take it and feed Ryan Shea. Penguins reset in their own zone as Lazat angles it down to the Flyers' end. 11.5 to play in the second. We're still scoreless from Philly. Game 6.
Down on the ice behind the net. He's picking up his mouth guard, it looks like, too.
Soderblom feeds a Chari near circle, kicked out by the Flyers. Tip it out to the neutral zone. Here's Konechny. Tied up over the Penguin line. Shea couldn't clear it. Puck still live in the Penguin zone. It's now rimmed around the boards. Gerard will take it.
The fourth line's had a strong game here. Big shift. Another one from Connor Dewar. Just all the little things he's doing right now.
Connor Dewar with 2 goals in the last 2 games as well. We've got under 11 to play in the second period. Still looking for the first goal of this game. Crosby can't send it deep in the Flyers zone as Philly will chip it out to center ice. Raquel cuts it off, then gets slammed into the boards by Bump. They get it to Rust, who gets it down the near wall. The Flyers then takes it around at the corner. He feeds Solovyov at the point. Rister fluttered wide of the net. Carlson races it down, keeps it alive far point. Carlson in the slot, cruising through far circle. He fires it wide of the net.
Wow, man. Michkov got picked and Carlson able to just dance around him.
Penguins still with it. Flyers zone. Rust to Crosby. Tough angle shot. Sails above and it stays in play.
Carlson with a kick save to keep it in.
Crosby rims it over to the far side for Carlson. He'll snap it over to Solovyov. Near point. Down to Crosby. Near circle along the goal line. Curls around at the hash marks. Leaves it for Solovyov. Down the goal line. In behind Vladar's net. Overskated the puck. Cates will kick it away to Michkov. Now Bump will take it out to the neutral zone. Philly dumps it down to the Penguins' end with under 10 to play in this second. We're still scoreless. Tommy Novak feeds it in behind for Erik Karlsson. Penguins have it in their own zone. They're now out shooting the Flyers 17-14 as a stretch pass along the far boards gets fed to Tommy Novak. They'll get it over the Flyers line. Chuck it down to the far corner. Malkin races after it, but it's taken away by Ristolainen. Barkey to Cam York over the neutral zone and chips it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Christian Dvorak gets in front of Letang, then gets slammed into the boards. Fight for the puck in behind the net. On the stick of Chinikov. He'll race it up to the neutral zone. Feed Letang over the Flyers line. Down the middle of the blue line. Backhand shot. Glove saved by Vladar. 9:19 to go in the second period. We're still scoreless from Philly. Shots on goal in favor of the Pens, 18-14. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Building the future takes grit, and no one does grit like Pittsburgh. EQT is ready to unleash the build and power America's next big win. Penguins and Flyers are scoreless. We've got 9:19 to go in the second period. The Penguins unsuccessful on 2 power plays so far tonight, one of them in this second period. But the Flyers also with a shorthanded chance on that last power play. Luckily, this game still without a score.
Igor Chinikov, no points yet, hits the post on that power play. Mantha trying to move it to him, hits a stick and just kind of bounces right to him.
Draw to the left of Ladar. Flyers take it out to center ice. Owen Tippet will backhand shovel it down to the near corner of the Penguins' end. Forster plays it off the boards, gets shouldered into the end wall by Chris Letang. He tries to keep the puck away up the far wall. Gerard will give it some extra juice to Mantha. Now Soderblom, the big guy, over the Flyers line, near side, chipped it to the wall to himself. Brings it over to the corner. Somewhat lost his footing. Kindle springs it up to the point for Gerard. He'll send it deep around the boards for Mantha. Backhand attempt. It's stuffed out by a diving Drysdale. Mantha plays it up to the far point for Letang in front of the Penguins bench. Down to Mantha. Far circle. Curls around. He'll fire. It doesn't get through traffic.
That hit Soderblom. He dropped him in front of the net.
Flyers bring it up ice. The Marin pass goes off the stick of Drysdale. Penguins get it to Mantha. He'll sweep it out to the neutral zone. Raquel tried to get it over the Flyers line, but an exit gets stopped by Mantha, who took a shoulder from Tippett. Now Kindle tries to grab hold of the puck in the neutral zone. It's escaped to Martone. He'll shovel it deep, wide of the net of Shilovs. He leaves it be for Erik Karlsson. 8:15 to go in the second. Penguins turn over the puck. Tippett's got it. Far circle. Down to the corner for Martone. He'll take it in behind the net. Shovel it up to the near point. Ristolainen gets it blocked by Anthony Mantha. Mantha had no stick, or did it break?
It broke. It just exploded. Uses that white stick. It's kind of tough to tell with the ice. But that block shattered his stick. He might have been gone off that block.
Penguins take the puck away in their own zone. They feed it to Wotherspoon near side with under 8 to play in the second period. No score. Slowly rolls over the Flyers' blue line, but Sanheim picks it back out to Martone, who shovels it down to the Penguins' end. Wotherspoon in behind Shilov's net, plays it ahead to Brian Rust, who angles it down to the Flyers' end near corner. York cuts it off in behind his own net, plays it up to Michkov. He escaped it out to Cates. He's up ice over the Penguin line, near side, backhand shovels it down to the corner with 7.5 to play in this second, still no score. Rimmed up the far boards, Raquel collects, couldn't get a pass to Tommy Novak. It was taken away by Cates. Russ tries to dump it down to the Flyers' end, but it's taken away by Cam York. He spits it the other way to the rookie Alex Ball. Taken out by Igor Chinikov. No whistle blown. Worked up the near wall. Novak's got it. Novak slings it ahead of the neutral zone, but he couldn't thread the needle to Malkin. Flyers take it back on the stick of Barkey. In the neutral zone, he got it up ahead to Dvorak. Penguins will take it. Aaron pass goes off the skate of a Flyer. Now it's dumped down to the Penguins' end. Rather the Flyers' end as Vladar stops it behind his net. Drysdale brings it up the near side. Got it to Barkey. He can't get it quite to the neutral zone, but sends a rink-wide pass to Dvorak, who cruises over the Penguin line. Poked away by Tommy Novak. Flyers take it back, pressured by Connor Dewar, trying to reset in their own zone with 6.5 to play in this second. Puck bounces up and into the Penguin zone. I don't know, rather the Flyers zone. Penguins were hesitant to touch it, otherwise it would have been offside.
Yeah, they were in the middle of a line change, too. I think they wanted to make sure they didn't have too many men on the ice.
6:20 to go in this second. Still no score. Penguins with the puck in the neutral zone ahead to Blake Lizotte over the Flyers line. Tied up at the point by Sealer. It's batted out to center ice that Sam Girard will paw it down with his left hand. Then he tees it into the Flyers zone. It rolls over to the far corner. Sealer lost his footing in front of Lizotte. Dewar takes it away. Far wall. Got it to Lizotte. Up to Erik Karlsson down the blue line. Feeds Lizotte. Rister went wide of the net. Complete shank of a shot. Yeah, stick broke.
Sticks exploding all over the place here.
Wotherspoon Gets it over to Dewar now. He tried to shovel it into the Flyers end. It caught Couturier upstairs. They'll send it back to Juleson with under 6 minutes to play in this second period. Still without a score from Philly. Wotherspoon to Carlson. Saw the traffic of Couturier, then just got it quickly to the near corner. Kindle tried to work it up the wall, but Tippet steals it away. To the point for Ristolainen. Far point, Sanheim. Down to the corner, Martone. Brings it up the wall to Ristolainen. Faked the shot downstairs, deflected and saved by Sheelovs.
Sanheim down low as a defenseman with a little shot tip. Sheelovs in position.
Penguins clear it out to the neutral zone, but the Flyers will take it back. It's on the stick of Ristolainen. Up ice to the neutral zone, slings it down to the Penguins' end. Rolls over to the far corner as Carlson cuts it off and reverses it to Wotherspoon. Down to the final 5 minutes of the second period. Still without a score in Philly. It's game 6 of a best of 7. The Flyers leading the series 3-2. Penguins are trying to force a 7th game in Pittsburgh on Saturday as Tippett works it out to the neutral zone, then got shouldered by Chris Letang. Elmer Soderblom steals the puck away and feeds it to Ryan Shea. Mantha will chuck it towards the Flyers line. Got kicked out. Soderblom's got it. Flyers zone. Far circle. Spinorama. Behind the back pass, but no one was there. Now sent ahead to Michkov. He could have a breakaway. Penguin zone. Near circle. Fought off by Artur Sheelovs.
Did that hit the post?
I think it got his glove. Penguins take it the other way. It's Soderblom in the neutral zone. Far side will backhand shovel it. Tumbling puck on Vladar. He let it bounce in behind him. Bump will take it. Far corner. Up the far wing. Turned it over to Rust. He had nowhere to pass it to, though. Zegras feeds Bump. Flyers in the Penguin zone now. Bump near circle. Overskated the puck. Has to re-corral it along the near boards. Creates some space. Rips a shot. Glove save Sheelovs. Out of his net. Michkov trying to shovel it home. Artur Sheelovs has kept it out for the time being. They blow the whistle as Michkov tried to force it home, and now the official sprays both his arms side to side. We're still scoreless with 4 minutes to go. We'll go to a break. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network.
We need a break.
By S&T Bank.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen. Walks in. Put it between his legs. Shoots it. Score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps and there's a chance. Rebound Caulfield shoots and scores.
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. 24/7 hockey talk.
San Jose Sharks, Alex Nedeljkovic. This Celebrini, is he really this good?
The moment's not too big for him, and I think you saw that in the Olympics this year, right? He's playing on the biggest stage with the best players in the world, and he's standing out in a good way. Every single night going forward, too, he's dragging us along and get guys going. You know, that's what great players do.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and on your schedule with the Sirius XM app. The playoffs are here.
Back around on the far post on the forehand, and the save made by Swayman. Draisaitl in front of the goal. Score!
Hughes leaves it.
Tagri out in front. McKinnon scores!
16 teams made the cut.
And only one can bring home the
Now it's
prize.
McDavid towards the net, across to Roslovic. Score! Caulfield moving in, shot, score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Sirius XM 91.
And the Sirius XM app.
Well, the Penguins and Flyers are still scoreless. And once again, a big reason is Artur Sheelovs. Stopping a shorthanded chance by the Flyers earlier in this period, then denying Matvei Michkov on a breakaway opportunity. The Penguins have had their chances as well. Igor Chinikov ringing the near post on the power play. Anthony Mantha with a few chances right in front of Dan Vladar. But the Flyers goaltender has made 18 saves on the Penguins. We are still scoreless. 4 minutes to go in the second.
Well, that was the best shift of this series for Matvei Michkov. Inserted into the lineup. Oh, breakaway. Almost tucked that one in behind Sheelovs around the net as well. And back and forth, man. This game is back and forth.
Into the Flyers zone, but Philly quickly clears it. Wotherspoon will get it to Carlson. Those two play catch in the Penguin zone as Wotherspoon takes it up ice. Nola Chari, who angled it down to the near corner. Sealer will bunt it over to Noah Juleson. All the way down to the Penguin zone it goes. No icing, they wave it off. So Carlson will race it down as the Flyers get a change. Nifty move to throw it off the back of the cage to send off the pressure of Matvei Michkov. Tommy Novak now angles it down to the far corner of the Flyers end with 3:20 to go. Loose puck that Chinikov steals. Far circle. Brings it up to the point. Solovyov sent it deep. Achari now sends it deeper. Over to the near corner. It rolls. Ristolainen works it up the near boards. Dvorak angled it out to the neutral zone. Konechny muscled it over the Penguins line. Shea cut it off, but the Flyers still fighting for it. Now it's taken by Shea. As Malkin leveled Konechny. Penguins in the Flyers zone. Novak racing towards the net. Got tied up by Ristolainen. Solovyov far point, sends it down to the corner. It's taken by Malkin and behind the net. Turnaround pass, kicked off a Flyer skate.
That would have found Chinikov all alone if it didn't hit that dragging foot of that Flyer defender.
Under 3 to play in the second period. Fight for the puck in the far corner of the Penguin zone. Solovyov couldn't kick it away far enough, but Shea worked it up the boards to Sidney Crosby. Crosby works it back down to the corner for Shea. Whiffed on a pass over to Solovyov. Forster takes it away in behind Shilov's net. Still fighting for the puck. Up along the far wall. York will take it. Made a move around Malkin. Got it down to the far corner of the trapezoid. Solovyov takes off Couturier. Nothing called as it's worked out to the neutral zone all the way down to the Flyers' end. And not far enough for icing. Penguins could get a change. 2:05 to go in the second. We're scoreless here in Philly. Cam York sends it ahead to Forster. Chip down to the far corner. Sam Girard cuts off Glendening for the puck. It's pinned along the boards as Forster tries to drag it out. He takes it, but got it stripped away from Chris Letang. Ricard Raquel to Brian Rust over the neutral zone. Flips it down to the Flyers' end. Sanheim slowed it down, now takes it away. Glendening will take it to the neutral zone over the Penguins line, far circle, curls around at the half wall, sets up Zegras to Sanheim, one-timer, blocked by Kindle, bounced off the end boards. Penguins have it, they'll play it up the near wall, and Kindle will fork it out to the neutral zone.
That's hit a couple bodies on that shot by Sanheim, just did not get through to the net. Ping-ponged around.
1:25 to go in the second, still without a score. Penguins fighting for the puck out of their zone, they get it. Ahead to Nola Chari. Ben Kindle over the Flyer line. Drop back pass to Dewar. Shot on net. Blockered away by Vladar. Dewar in the crease. Tumbling puck. Kick to Kindle. He can't fire off a shot.
Zegras got a stick on that puck, just picking it off out of the reach of Kindle.
Porter Martone collects in the neutral zone. Cut off by Carlson as he dumps it down to the Penguins' end. It's stopped by Shilov's in behind his net as we've got under a minute to go in the second period. Reaching up with his left hand, Cam York paws it down, sends it right on net that Shilov steers wide. Gets it to Carlson, who will skate it up ice. Sling it ahead to Achari, angles it down to the Flyer zone. It jumps off the shelf, tumbles in behind the Flyer net. Worked over to the far corner, but Dvorak takes it, snaps it over to Bump. He's got it in the neutral zone. Bump will chip it ahead of the Penguin zone far corner with 30 seconds to go in the period. Swung along the far wall as Dvorak cuts it off. Letang escaped it to Novak, jumped off his stick, Ristolainen a blast, a save, a second save by Artur Shilov. Flyers still with it. Ristolainen near point, walks the blue line with 18 to go in the period. Far circle shot, shoulder save by Shilov. Puck over to the far corner, rimmed up the wall. 10 to go in the period. Sanheim a blast. Fluttering puck. It goes over to the near corner. Up along the wall with 5 to go in the period. Still shoveling after the puck. Out to the neutral zone it goes. And the Penguins somehow avoid a goal. And Chris Letang just committed a penalty.
And Artie Shilov comes out and puts his feet into Konechny on the ice. All kinds of pressure at the end of this period. Artie Shilov's 3 or 4 huge saves. All kinds of chaos down there, and I'm not sure they want to talk about embellishment.
Pittsburgh penalty, 58, 2 minutes, roughly.
Kind of sucked in Chris Letang into a penalty, did Konechny in and around the net as we get the call. Letang with a right cross over the top after 5 cross checks from Konechny on his back.
So the Penguins will be shorthanded when we begin the third of this scoreless hockey game, Game 6 in Philly. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
We're the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're going to flip the script. We have the pen. We are going to write our own story, man. We are going to write our own story. All those people. Who's the author of that story? We are. We are. We are. ShortForward.com. Yes, sir. And this is the evidence of what happens when you have a team, Phil. And do you know what we're going to say when we do it? One inventory, 4 locations. West Mifflin, Harmarville. Oh, that sounds like a commercial, Phil. ShortForward.com. ShortForward.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The biggest games in the world.
Ovechkin fires. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Pittsburgh Penguins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Penguins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit UPMCSportsMedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
40 minutes in the books from Philly, and the Penguins are still scoreless against the Flyers. They'll be shorthanded to start the third period, but before we get you there, Brian Metzer has the second intermission report, along with a chat with the Arm Dog Colby Armstrong. It's all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
This is Phil Bork, the old 2-9er. Smith's is the official hot dog of the Pittsburgh Penguins and PPG Paints Arena, with recipes over 85 years old. Ask for Smith's hot dogs by name at Giant Eagle and other fine retailers. Smith's, it's a hot dog night in Pittsburgh. SmithsHotDogs.com.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanger.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge. Whack more, spend less at Spitzer Auto World.
Our world revolves around you.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
I told you it was edge of your seat kind of stuff earlier, and it is still just that. It is scoreless. After 2 periods of play between the Penguins and Flyers at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, Brian Metzer here with you, and I always have mentioned over my years on the Penguins Radio Network a disease called hot goalie syndrome, and it seems like it's a little bit of both ways here in this game, but I think the Flyers are dealing with it because Artur Shilovs is looking like Saint Shilovs in this hockey game. He is making save after save and doing some great work. Shots on goal in the period were 10-7, and the shots overall 21-19 in favor of the Flyers. When we come back, Hockey Talk with Colby Armstrong. You'll hear it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club One Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at Club club1rewards.cochrane.com. Number 1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, WM has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now, we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team because doing what's right for our planet is vital work, best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your new career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
As the Pens face the Flyers, we're inviting fans to take this rivalry off the ice and into the community. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is hosting a Pittsburgh versus Philly fundraising challenge through the St. Jude Walks on October 3rd, with fans in both cities raising critical funds to help kids fighting cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Every dollar makes a difference, and families never receive a bill from St. Jude. Join the Pittsburgh team and support this great cause at stjude.org/walkpittsburgh.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
Penguins and Flyers scoreless after 2 periods of play in this all-important winner-go-home Game 6 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Brian Metzer here with you, and joined live by our good friend Colby Armstrong. He is at Xfinity Mobile Arena calling this game. Army, Penguins hanging in there, a fun hockey game. You needed a couple of breaths throughout, but got to kill a penalty to start the third period.
Yeah, not a good penalty by Chris Letang. And just, he takes a swing at Travis Konechny at the side of that. Yeah, Konechny fed him a few cross-checks, no doubt. But just kind of undisciplined in that time at the end of the second. But, man, a back-and-forth hockey game, and I heard you talking about it. Great goaltending, really, at both ends. Shilov's really sharp here for the Penguins. And, this game, it seems like it's going by super quick. Not a lot of whistles and back-and-forth play. Been really highly entertaining on the edge of your seat kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely edge of your seat kind of stuff. And I don't want to talk too much about it because you know how well he's playing, but Artie Shilov's here, man. Yeah. I know Vladar's been good too, but Artie, the saves he's had to make, and those 2 on Michkov at the end, just outstanding stuff. Yeah,
I feel like he's, with the exception of the post by Chinikov, and Vladar's had to make a few good saves too. A breakaway from Michkov and then an attempted tuck-in down around the goal line, taking it from in front to down below, then trying to tuck it in. I mean, he's found a way to keep pucks out. He's made some huge saves from start heading into the third here, and he's been their best player, no question. Flyers have seemed to have found that game of theirs again. They're not getting too much extended zone time, but enough to be dangerous with some of their opportunities, and Shilov's been the difference.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. And, to your point that you just made about them finding their game, I think the difference from earlier in the series, Army, is that the Penguins seem to know how to deal with it a little bit better now than they did early on. They seem to have their legs, and they can kind of attack off of it, but they still are defending fairly well while giving up those chances. Yeah, they are. And you know what? I got, top to bottom, the Penguins finding their legs here over the last few games, no question, and that kind of fluidity, connectivity with their game. The fourth line's been awesome here tonight as well. Yes. They've started to throw some games together, which is, as we know, and we talk a lot about them for a fourth line, but they're the identity line really for the Penguins with the way they go. They set up some great shifts for the Crosby line to come out and get going and wear down defenders and keep them hemmed in their own zone. So sets itself up for a pretty crazy period. 0-0, great goaltending, chances back and forth at both ends, and they're going to have to get a big kill, to kill off an undisciplined penalty from Chris Letang. And Army, we only have about 40 seconds, but what is it about the Stanley Cup playoff series that there always is a game like this? You have those 4-3 games, 5-1, all this stuff, but then there's always one where if you blink, you lose, and I feel like we're in one of those now. Yeah, we haven't seen overtime yet, hey? And so, you look at a game like this, everything on the table, they're on home ice, they want to put an end to this, they let the Penguins get their foot back in, Penguins back against the wall. This might be one of those games. So
Yeah, it's that game of the series. Game 6 here. Penguins trying to take it back to Saturday night. With a few days off with a big win here. Set it up pretty good for that. So let's hope we get a good third period.
I agree with you there, Army. This was good as well. Thanks for it, my friend, and have a great call in the third. We'll see what happens.
All right, thanks, Matzy.
All right, take care. That is the great Colby Armstrong. Love hockey talk with him. When we come back, news from around the league on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
2026-27 Penguin season tickets are on sale now, and you have to be here. Purchase a full or half-season package today to guarantee priority access to 2026 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. These Penguins have flipped the script on expectations for this season.
Finds Crosby, Panther zone, he scores!
Act now to make sure you're here to witness them write the next chapter of their storied history. Visit PittsburghPenguins.com to secure your season membership today.
Hi, Staggy here to tell you about another great product from Nova Scotia. Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. In Canada, Donair is similar to gyro meat, but it's seasoned beef, not lamb. And like 87, Mr. Donair Beef Jerky is absolutely off the charts. It's keto-friendly, high in protein, and Mr. Donair's gyro seasoning makes it the best jerky you'll ever taste. You'll find it on Amazon, Cohen Markets, Turkey Hill, Country Fair, and PPG Paints Arena. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
Penguins and Flyers still looking for the first goal of the hockey game in Philadelphia in Game 6. They are scoreless after 2. Brian Metzer back here with you, getting you caught up on the other action around the league. You got the Mammoth and Golden Knights going to drop their puck at 10 p.m., but the Canadians right now leading the Lightning 3-2. About 11 minutes left in the third period of that hockey game, so we'll keep you posted on that as we move through the evening here. But that's been a fun series for me, so I've been following it closely, and we got Megan in the studio watching it, so she's keeping us up to date as well. Looking around the league here at a couple of things, you got the Vezina finalists announced today. Ilya Sorokin, Jeremy Swayman, and Andrei Vasilevsky were the finalists for that trophy announced today. And as we mentioned a couple games ago, they will be rolling out finalists for awards all week long. And that's always a fun time of year to get those fan bases hyped, whether they're in the playoffs or not. Speaking of being in the playoffs or not, the Avalanche were 4-0 winners in a sweep over the Los Angeles Kings. And they're talking about how the time off between series will be crucial for them. And I know I've been talking a lot about how time off may have undone the Penguins early in this series, where they didn't play their A lineup for upwards of a week as they prepared for Game 1 against the Philadelphia Flyers, who had been playing playoff hockey since March 10th. So it's not always a good thing. Yes, it is something you want to do. You want to lick your wounds and get better. However, it can undo all the good you do if you lose your mojo. When we come back, Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong will let you know if the Penguins can kill off this penalty to Chris Letang, and you'll hear it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hear every game of the NBA playoffs on SiriusXM as the Thunder try to fend off challengers for their crown.
Rainbow Three is up and in at the buzzer. Cha-ching, Thunder Moneyball. Gildas Alexander, what can't he do?
And throughout the playoffs, get closer to the storylines that matter on NBA Radio, Channel 86.
The playoffs is what make legacies. This is how you build your name.
Listen to the hometown broadcasts of every NBA playoff game on your radio and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Flying Beauty Machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Third period on deck here from Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this battle of Pennsylvania now moves to the final 20 minutes of Game 6. The Penguins will be shorthanded for the first two. A roughing penalty by Chris Letang at the horn of the second period, throwing a shot at Travis Konechny after taking a couple of jabs from Konechny in front of the Penguins' net. Now the Penguins will try to kill off their second penalty of the night to get off to a good start in this third period, which, by the way, we are scoreless.
And going into this period, it feels like every play is going to be huge. Every little puck bobble mistake, absolutely huge. And, you know, if we're starting the period shorthanded, the play to end the second was a pretty big mistake by Chris Letang. A right hook to the head of Travis Konechny at the end of the second period has the Penguins shorthanded here to start the first 2 minutes of this third period. And the stakes feel high right now, obviously, in this game. Penguins' backs against the wall. Massive kill ahead of them.
Penguins are 1 for 1 in the PK tonight. The Flyers' power play is under 13% in this series. They have the worst power play in the NHL during the regular season. We're going to face off at center ice. Blake Lizotte and Noah Cates. Penguins attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters. Drop of the puck is underway. The Flyers control. Opening face-off to begin it is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards. Flyers now attacking from right to left in their home orange sweaters. They chuck it down to the near corner. That Wotherspoon plays off the end boards and will clear down to the Flyers' end.
Fairly good job by the Penguins through the neutral zone there. Allows the Flyers to get a bad dump in, and easy for Wotherspoon to get that all the way down.
Down to the final 90 seconds of the Flyers' power play. Zegras over the Penguins line to Forster at the point. Drysdale in the high slot. Forster circle. Rister saved by Archer Shilovs. Just swallowing it whole with 1:24 to go on the Penguins' PK.
Flyers get in and set up, and Forster a shot from that flank, but no traffic in front of Shilovs. He's had to battle a bit of traffic on some opportunities here tonight, but Penguins box out well in front of Shilovs, allowing him to see that.
22 saves for the Penguins goaltender tonight. 19 saves for the Flyers goaltender in Dan Vladar. Noel Achari's going to get kicked out of the face-off circle, so Brian Rust will take over. Face-off to the right of Archer Shilovs against Noah Cates. Puck dribbles to the wall. It's taken by the Flyers. High slot Drysdale. Downstairs for Martone. Stripped away by the Penguins and cleared down.
Quick play from up top, down low to the side of the net to Martone. Is backwards to the net, just trying to throw that to a Flyer in front, picked off.
Drysdale hustling into the Penguin zone. Fired a shot off a Penguin skate. Now Martone's got it. High slot to Zegras cruising in. He lost the puck and Achari will sweep it down.
Noel Achari, thank you very much. Just picks that off the stick of Zegras. Zegras, pretty good hands, pretty skilled guy. Achari made that look easy.
He has one goal in this series. It was on the power play back on Game 3 here in Philly. Flyers back in the Penguin zone with the second unit out there. Blake Lizotte steals away a pass, will bring the puck into the Flyers zone all the way down to the near corner. Still hangs on to it along the end boards. Now fights Barkey for the puck as it's worked over to the far corner by the Flyers. 27 seconds to go on the Flyers power play. Barkey up ice in the neutral zone. Drops it back for Michkov. Takes it over the Penguins line, skating between a couple of Penguins. Now Lizotte pokes it away again to the neutral zone.
Risky pass by Konechny right there. Read well by Lizotte.
Flyers back in the Penguin zone. Far circle shot high in the net by Michkov, who was trailing. And the Penguins clear it down again thanks to Nola Chari. Letang standing up in the box. He's out of there. Penguins are 2 for 2 on the PK tonight.
Massive kill. Good chance by Michkov right at the end. He's looked dangerous tonight for the Flyers.
Still no score early in this third period. Flyers get it back into the Penguins zone as they'll escape it out to Carlson. Now to Mantha over the Flyers line. Far circle Crosby. Quick shot that Vladar absorbs completely. 17:42 to go in Game 6. We've got no score from Philly.
Well, Chris Letang is probably thanking all of his penalty killers for getting him through that one. Nothing really to show for it. I mean, a long-range, no-traffic shot from Forrester. Those penalty killers got the job done.
Yeah, just 2 power play shots by the Flyers on 2 power plays, 1 in each. As Crosby wins the draw, Wotherspoon, wrister, and a glove save by Dan Vladar. His 21st save of the night, still scoreless. Not even 2.5 minutes gone in the third. Top line stays out there for the Pens. Goaltending against Crosby. Sidney wins it. As Wotherspoon's shot gets blocked by the Flyers, they take it to the near side. Look for a stretch pass to the neutral zone. Couturier, Penguin zone. Wrister, glove save by Artur Shilovs.
That was an unorthodox, incredible save by Shilovs. Good play by Couturier through the neutral zone to avoid some checkers and dance into the zone. And with Wotherspoon down, trying to block that shot, it's right by the ear of Shilovs. He just kind of whips his arm in a windmill fashion to snag that baby. He looks getting complete control, doesn't he? Shilovs here tonight.
He really does, and he has from the hop. 23 saves tonight for the Penguins goalie. Face off to his right, Crosby against Dvorak. Flyers have it. Sanheim, quick shot, blocked by Rust. He'll tap it out to the neutral zone. It rolls all the way down to the Flyers and right on net. Vladar sweeps it over to Rasmus Ristolainen as the Penguins get a change. Chinikov, Novak, Malkin line out on the ice. It's chipped down to the Penguins' end. Girard races it down. Works it along the end board. Shoveled it up to Malkin near boards. He finds it to Novak, far side of the neutral zone. Chips and chases it. Flyers end far corner. Dvorak gets to it first, though. Sends it up the near wall. Konechny collects at the half boards. Got it only to the neutral zone. Letang powers it back down to the Flyers' end. Novak races after it. Got it to Malkin. Far circle. Sets up Girard. We'll work it over at the point. Wrister. Tumbling puck. Novak's got it. He tried to beat Chinikov, but couldn't.
I mean, Vladar stayed right with him. He was backing up. Couldn't find any space. Smart move by Novak to try to find Chinikov. And away from the puck, off the pile, like that lateral pass. And Flyers defended it perfectly, picking it off. But they did end up icing the puck. Oh, my goodness.
So the faceoff comes back to the Flyers' end.
That was Dvorak with the play on Chinikov off the puck. So smart of Dvorak to pick up Chinikov in that play. Chinikov would have had an empty net.
Yep. Faceoff to the left of Dvorak. Flyers control. Konechny sprays it out to the neutral zone. It tumbles in front of Sam Girard. He'll keep it away from Denver Barkey. Rolls around, gets it to Kindle. Flying over the Flyers line, near side. Drop back pass to Soderblom at the corner, towards the net. Centering pass, couldn't connect. Puck to the near half wall. Mantha's got it. Takes it up to
Soderblom to take that to the net.
He scored the first goal of the game Monday night in Pittsburgh. We're still looking for the first goal of the game here tonight in Philly. 16 minutes to go in regulation in Game 6. Penguins have it in their own zone. They'll re-rack. Girard takes it up ice. Slides it to Letang, who dumps it into the Flyers' end. Far corner, played up the wall to bump. He'll try to reverse it. The puck goes out of play. Just under 16 minutes to go in this hockey game. We have yet to see a goal.
That might have been the best chance for the Penguins right there. Chinikov post, yes, but Dvorak with an unbelievable awareness, defensive awareness play to grab Chinikov. He was so far off of where all the attention was. Tommy Novak thrown into that area. What a play. They would have had a wide open net.
No, it seemed like everyone was waiting to see what Tommy Novak was
I know,
going to do
like,
with
what
the puck.
move can he do here? He was all alone for so long in that area.
Chose to go to Chinikov. Dvorak read it. Flyers have it. Penguin zone. Forster far half wall. Takes it down to the corner. Tied up by Ryan Shea. Works it up the boards. Got stripped of the puck by Shea, but Couturier will take it down to the corner. Now he's defended by Russ. Forster, quick shot. Didn't get through traffic. Tumbling puck. It rolls over to the near side. Ricard Raquel will sift it out to the neutral zone. Sanheim knocks it down. Flyers reset.
Oh, man, that was a huge chance by the Flyers. Great job in front by the Penguins. Someone blocked that. That was a big block.
Now Novak pokes the puck away in the neutral zone. Malkin takes it over the Flyers line. Novak in the slot. Whipped on a shot. That next attempt is stopped by Vladar. Flyers take it the other way. Bump in the neutral zone. Got stripped of the puck from Erik Karlsson. He takes it in front of Shelov's net. Almost shot it into it. He shot it wide.
Cates came right down the ice on him. He had to panic and clear that out of there. Almost an own goal.
Flyers dump it down to the Penguins' end. This will be icing. 14:47 to go in the third. Penguins and Flyers still scoreless.
So many close moments here in this third period. I mean, that's after the penalty kill. Knock off 2 minutes. We're just under 15 minutes, so like 3 minutes and change of craziness.
All starting with a Penguins penalty kill to begin this third period. Face off to the right of Vladar. Kindle against Dvorak. Drop of the puck, and it's taken by Philly. Sealer rims it around the near boards. Letang tries to cut it off from Bump. Fighting for the puck at the near point. Kindle races it down. Flyers work it up the wall, though, and chip it out to center ice. Mantha boxes it out from Michkov. Taps it ahead, jumped off of Kindle onto the stick of Dvorak. He worked it right back to Kindle in the neutral zone. Takes it over the Flyers line. Lead pass to Mantha. Has to play it off the boards. Mantha takes it down to the corner. Got it to Kindle in the circle. Kicked away. It's on the stick of Bump. He'll lift it out down into the Penguins' end so the Flyers can get a change. 14:14 to go in this game. Penguins and Flyers still scoreless in Game 6 here in Philly. Letang up ice, dumps it down over the Flyers line, rims it over to the far corner. Raquel tied it up with Russ. He sets up Shea. High slot. Wrister blockered away by Vladar. Russ kicked it over to the near corner. Off the end boards. Played by Crosby. Poked at it. And it looked like a head save from Vladar. Crosby pokes at it again. And now it's loose over to the far side. Flyers clear it out to the neutral zone.
All kinds of chances. Crosby down low behind the goal net, just causing problems.
Rimmed around the boards. Far corner. Zegras tapped at it. Now taken by York along the near side of his own end. Clears it out to the neutral zone. Ilya Solovyov will race it down. 13 and a half to play here in Philly. Still no score. Both teams get a change. The Penguins have their fourth line out on the ice with Dewar, Lazat, and Achari. Sent down to the Flyers' end, bangs off the end boards. Achari races in to cut it off from Sanheim. Lazat works it at the near corner. Up the wall, stripped of it from Tippet. Now fighting for it as he lost it to Sanheim. Still jabbing after the puck. Achari tied up with Ristolainen, and Zegras works it up the far wall. Martone tried to take it in full flight, but it went past him. Dewar will take it away. Connor Dewar pitches it back to Blake Lazat, who takes it up to the neutral zone. Stripped by Sean Couturier. Penguin zone above the far circle in the slot. Drop back pass looking for Martone out of his reach. Reverses it over to the near side. Couturier's got it. Sends it up to Sealer at the blue line to Juleson. Blocked by Blake Lazat. Lazat sends it ahead to Dewar. Over the Flyer line, he'll chip it down deep. Penguins can get a change.
Couturier picking Lazat's pocket. Lazat makes up for it with a block shot. Able to get it down low and get a change.
12 and a half to play here in Philly. Still without a score. Dumped into the Penguin zone, far corner. Gerard cuts it off from Glendening. Worked it over to the near side for Chris Letang. He sends it ahead to Tommy Novak. Sprung ahead to Chinikov. Off to the races. He fires a save by Vladar. Igor Chinikov was cut off by Jamie Drysdale as Chinikov showed off his speed and his shot but the Flyers limit it and keep this game scoreless. About 12 to go here in Game 6. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Sirius XM's Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 takes you backstage and behind the scenes with the superstars of WWE.
Road Dogg, anything new going on in your life?
I believe that human relationships are more important than my friggin' bank account.
Would Danhausen like to have more in-ring competition?
Yeah, I'll wrestle as much as they want me to. That would be good. Trish Stratus.
When I took that steel chair shot to the head, that's when I knew I made it.
Sirius XM's home for wrestling conversation is Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app. Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Munich machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
Because when we score them, we all win.
Unleashing AI takes brain power and real power, and no one does grit like Pittsburgh. EQT is ready to unleash the build and power America's next big win. Penguins and Flyers are scoreless. We've got 12:09 to go in regulation. A face-off to the right of Dan Vladar, as the Penguins have had a few high-quality chances in the Flyers zone, but nobody has found the back of the net yet here tonight. Face off to the far wall. Chinakhov collects. Will rim it up the near side. Tang cuts it off at the half boards. Down to the corner at the goal line. Swings it over to the far wall. Forster cuts it off. As Gerard will send it back deep now. And behind the net for Drysdale. Dancing around to evade the pressure. Brings it up the near side of the Flyers zone. As it's chipped out to center ice. Tumbles over the Flyers line. Glendening as Forster couldn't feed him. Went circle to circle. Pass was out of his reach. Now Malkin went for a cross-ice pass in the neutral zone. Flyers broke it up. They recollect in their own end. Pitch it off the near wall. Couturier will take it in between the penalty boxes and allow his team to get a change here. Now he just darts over the Penguins line. No, actually pitched it back. Konechny has to go back and get it. Couturier will head to the bench to finish off the change.
The Flyers keep possession. A poised veteran play by Couturier to keep the puck from the Flyers' stick and finish their line change.
Flyers send it back to the Penguin zone. Dvorak gets away from Carlson. His pass is interrupted by Raquel, who pokes it out to the neutral zone. We've got 11 to play here in Philly. As a dump in by Crosby hit upstairs of Brian Rust. Flyers pump it out to the neutral zone. Erik Karlsson will race it down. Brings a pass ahead to Rust. Takes it over the Flyers line, near side. Leaves it back for Crosby. Back to Rust, out of his reach. Goes over to the far corner. Up to Wotherspoon. One-timer wide of the net. Where's the puck? It popped up, fell down in behind the cage. Crosby down to the ice trying to poke at it. Flyers will take it the other way. Michkov over the Penguins line, right down the middle. Near circle, wrister, glove save by Artur Shilovs. What a snap.
Well, Michkov here has been the best player for the Flyers, the most dangerous anyway offensively. And he danced out of his own end, picked up that puck, cut across to the middle, across the Penguins' blue line. And then threw the stick of Carlson, threw a bleeder back across. So Shilovs has to track that left to right. And then that shot comes back against the grain into his glove. And he had to stretch almost full splits as well to make a huge save. Wow.
Shilovs continues to one-up himself with the biggest save of the night. 10.5 to play here in Philly. And this will be icing by the Penguins.
What a save. Artur Shilovs is having himself a night. He gets put into this series, and this now is third game in a row. He's got 2 wins. And he's doing everything in his power. When they're knocking on the door, he's shutting it. Nobody home.
13th playoff start for Artur Shilovs. He's done the last 3 in this series. The previous 10 came with the Vancouver Canucks under head coach Rick Tocchet, as he replaced a couple of goaltenders in the postseason with Vancouver. First beating Nashville and then losing a 7-game series to the Edmonton Oilers. The other goaltender in that series, Stuart Skinner. Flyers dump it down to the Penguin zone. Shilov's play to try to feed it to Shea. He got leveled by Noah Cates. And now an outlet pass goes out to the neutral zone. Flyers have to reset. Drysdale to York in between the penalty boxes. Chips it down to the near corner of the Penguins' end. Carlson pumped it up the wall. Got it to Dewar. They'll bring it up to center ice and poke it down to the Flyers' end near corner. Penguins get a change. 9.5 to play here in Philly. Still without a score for Game 6. Sprung ahead. Could have been a breakaway from Martone. It's out of his reach. Plays the puck quickly and backhands it to the far circle. It's pawed down by Soderblom. He flies past Zegras. Now cuts over the Flyers line. Far circle towards the net. He centered it. No one was there. Near side, Carlson poked at it. Kindle knocks it down in the slot. Drags and fired. It's blocked. Over to the far corner. Mantha cuts it off. In behind the net for Soderblom. Plays it up to Carlson. Walks the blue line. Wrister fought off rebound. It's taken by Drysdale. 9 minutes to go. Still no score. Out to the neutral zone it goes. It's kicked back to the Penguins' end. Wotherspoon sends it ahead to Mantha, who slows it down to the Flyers' end. Sanheim will take it. Penguins out shooting Philly 25-24. We've got no score with 8:45 left, and this will be icing by the Flyers.
Great shift by the Kindle line. Mantha, Soderblom, able to create, get on pucks, create low to high shot attempts. And I mean, Vladar tested right there through traffic on a Carlson snapper from the blue line. Shilov's doing his job. Penguins pushing on their end up front as well.
Face off to the left of Vladar. Penguins win it. Gerard far half wall towards the net. It went wide. Chinakov's got the puck. Curls around the near circle. Leaves it for Letang. Inside the circle. Wrister. Fought up by Vladar. Malkin a chance. Denied by Vladar again. Puck in the near side. Chinikov sent it to the end boards as Ristolainen will chase it down. Bring it up to the neutral zone. Lead pass for Glendening. But quickly, Letang spit it back the other way. It goes into the Flyers zone. They'll kick it back to the neutral zone. Chinikov rims it around the boards. Cut up by Gerard. Far half wall. Tries to bring it up the wall. Can't. Puck tumbles up into the air. It's taken away by Malkin. He couldn't keep it onside. Carlson feeds it back to Malkin with 8 to go here in Philly. Still no score. Raquel to Shea in front of the Penguins bench. Now a cross-ice feed to Carlson. Back to Shea. Jumped off his stick. Whiffed on a dump-in. Raquel tries to break it off. But the Flyers take it away on the stick of Denver Barkey. Chips it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Shea plays it off the end boards. Pumps it up the near wall to Rust. He clears it out to the neutral zone. Crosby racing it down. Pokes it over the Flyer line, but Drysdale will get there first. Stemmed off by Raquel. Drysdale takes the puck behind his own net. Stops on a dime behind the Flyer net. Defended by Rust. He steals the puck far corner. Brings it over to the near side. Outnumbered 2-on-1. Works it up the wall. Pokes it up to the point, but couldn't keep hold of it.
Great work by Brian Rust on the forecheck.
Barkey will send it on net as Shilov's out at the top of his crease. Will kick it wide to the corner. 7:15 to go in Game 6, and we've still got no score.
Flyers with some execution issues.
Sam Girard turns it over. Point-blank shot by Cates, denied by Shilov.
Shilov's telescoping way out past the top of his crease on a quick turnover. Massive save again.
Penguins get the puck now. It's Mantha near corner, slowing it down. He feeds Wotherspoon. Girard, high slot. Wrister, fought off by Vladar. Rebound to the near corner. Sealer plays it up the boards. Mantha swiped it away. Somebody broke a stick. Kindle can't keep hold of the puck. Mantha takes it back. Near circle slot. Hangs on, fires. It's blocked. Near corner, Soderblom takes it down to the half boards. Tied up by Michkov. Dragged out by Alex Bump. He'll bring it to center ice. Tap it down to the Penguin zone. Wotherspoon chases it to keep it away from Zegras.
Miscues on both sides. Penguins with a turnover. Shilov's with a save. Flyers with some turnovers. Vladar with some saves. Holy smokes.
This puck slows down in the Flyers' end. No icing. We've got 6:15 to go in Game 6. Still without a score. Tippet glides over the Penguins line. Rink wide passes Zegras. Back to Tippet. Couldn't connect on the redirection. Dewar pumps it up the far wall. Lazat will carry it out to center ice. Achari pokes it down to the Flyers end far corner. York chases it down below the goal line. Takes it in behind Vladar's net. Up the near side to center ice. He'll feed Drysdale. Under 6 to play here in regulation. Ryan Shea to Chris Letang. Letang hangs on, almost coughed it up. Got it to Shea, snapped it rink wide. This will be icing by the Penguins. 5:41 to go in regulation. No score from Philly.
Flyers fans were trying to will their team to keep going here, and energy really picked up in this building. Every play, Joe, is insane. Every little bobbled puck turnover, chance, possible chance.
Well, you mentioned it. There's no room for error for either team. Face off to the right of Shelovs. Penguins sweep it to the corner. Letang plays it up the wall. Couldn't get it out. York, well, maybe he did.
Got it out.
Offside by the Flyers, and we will go to a break. 5:36 to go here in Game 6. No score from Philly. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone. Whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 20 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with a new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club One Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at clubonerewards.cochrane.com. #1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins hockey is brought to you in part by Kent State University, transforming dreams into achievements.
Scoreless here in Philly, Game 6, everything on the line. And I want to tell you about the Powerball jackpot, now an estimated annuity of $143 million. That's $143 million, and that draws tonight. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Who's going to win the big jackpot with 5.5 to play here in Philly? Puck goes off the curved glass. Exactly 5.5 to go of this scoreless Game 6. With time winding down, Flyers are trying to clinch their ticket to the next round. The Penguins are trying to clinch a Game 7 back in Pittsburgh. It would be on Saturday.
They're trying to stay alive, no question here. We're down under 5.5 minutes to play in this game. Who's going to be the hero?
Sidney Crosby chips it on ice. Vladar kicks it wide over to the far corner. Crosby will slam Ristolainen into the boards looking for the puck. Raquel got it to Crosby, now to Russ. Those three at the far corner. It's rimmed up the near wall. Carlson chips it above the circle. Crosby's got a turnaround shot. Got deflected and sails out of play. 5:07 to go. No score. If the Penguins do score, you win a free Big Mac. Offer is valid 3 days after the Penguins score and the Big Mac attack. Just download your McDonald's app. Claim your free Big Mac with a purchase of just $1 or more.
I mean, who do you look at for the Penguins at this time? You got to think Crosby, right? He's the guy. I mean, a big game the last few games. Three-game point streak coming in here.
There's a blast from Kindle wide of the net. Tumbled up the far wall. Mantha able to chip it down to Soderblom. Couldn't keep it away from Drysdale, though. Dvorak will fork it out into the Penguins zone. This will be icing. 4:51 to go. Still scoreless. Chris Letang with back-to-back game-winning goals in this series. Started in Game 4 here in Philly. Did it again in Game 5 in Pittsburgh.
Now will come this Novak line for this offensive zone face-off. Novak, Malkin, Chinnikov. Chinnikov knocking on the door a few times. Hit a post in the second period. Is it his time?
The Flyers clear it out to the neutral zone. Barkey gets it to Konechny. Rister is blocked by Letang. He'll feed it over to the far side for Malkin. Then ahead to Chinnikov, dancing over the Flyers line. Novak near point. Rister off the post.
Just a quick shot from Novak. Surprised him. He did not react until the last second, but it hit the post.
Dumped back down to the Flyers end, near corner along the end boards. Philly clears it out to Barkey near side. He'll carry it out to center ice. Dumps it down to the Penguins end, near corner with 4:15 to go in this game. No score. Puck along the wall. 3 Penguins there. Finally, Girard comes away with it. Plays it up the wall, chips it off the glass to the neutral zone, but Bump paws it down and will dump it back in. Cates down the near wall of the Penguin zone. Cuts away from the half boards. Popped it up to Letang. He shoveled it up. Raquel's got it. Rink wide pass to Girard. Will take it up to center ice. Now spring it ahead to Raquel over the Flyers line. Far circle. Slings a shot. Tumbling away as Vladar got a piece of it. Worked it up the near wall. Still has it. Carlson near point. Back to Rust. Now to Carlson in the slot. Backhand to Rust. In front of the net. He's trying to force it home. It gets kicked to the near corner.
How did that not go in? Vladar, his left toe just keeping it out. Brian Rust looked like he got 2 cracks at it.
Shea still with it. Feeds Crosby far side. Pumps it up to Carlson. Swung around the boards to the near corner. Michkov cutting it off. Tied up by Ryan Shea. Billy swings it around to the far point. Carlson kept it. Sent it deep, but Ristolainen's got it behind the Philly net. Works it to the near side for Michkov. He'll play it out to the neutral zone for Bump. 3:10 to go in this hockey game. It's dumped into the Penguin zone. Jumped off the shelf. Bounced over to the near side as Lazard will carry it out to center ice. Fourth line trying to get it past the official and chucks it down to the Philly end near corner. Drysdale rims it up the far boards to Tippet. He had to stop to get the puck. Now a stretch pass to Martone. Taken away from Girard. Dewar sends it ahead to Achari. He couldn't handle it. Now a clearing attempt by Philly. Goes onto the stick of Dewar. He sends it about 50 feet into the air, dumping it down to the far corner. 2:40 to go in Game 6.
I can't believe that chance by Brian Rust. How did that stay out?
Flyers dump it down to the Penguins' end and connected on Tippet, so no icing. Rung up the far wall. Penguins couldn't grab it. Forster brings it down the boards. Tied up at the corner by Wotherspoon. Poked along the end wall. Girard will take it. Send it ahead to Wotherspoon. And he'll fork it down to the Flyers' end. It's reached out by Sealer. He sends it ahead looking for Martone. Forster gets the puck batted out of his hat. Now it's out to the neutral zone. Juleson with it. 2 minutes to go here in Philly. Still no score. Down to the near corner. Ryan Shea plays it up the far wall to Mantha. Jumped off his skate. Sweeps it out to the neutral zone. No one's there. Glendening will spring it back down to the Penguins' end. Rimmed over to the near corner. Letang got it the other side to Shea. He'll play it up ahead to Mantha. Far wall. Out to Couturier right in the high slot. He brings it down the far wall at the corner. Turnaround centering pass off a Flyer skate. Novak clears it to the neutral zone. 1:40 to go here in Philly. Down to a knee. Novak brings it into the Flyer zone. Rips a shot high in the net. Long rebound to Carlson. Near point. Hacked at it. It pops above the near circle. Flyers kick it out to the neutral zone as Wotherspoon's got it. 1:25 to go in this game. No score. Poked over the Flyers line. Penguins are offside. They got to go back. Couturier's got the puck. They'll send it to Sanheim along the near boards. We get a whistle blown here.
Flyers want that face-off all the way down. They're going to do it right outside of the Flyers blue line, though, looks like. Oh, man, a little turnover by Mantha at his own end, and a chance one way, and then the other way was Tommy Novak again. We're getting a replay of that Brian Rust chance. He tried to stuff it, left toe save, right back onto the stick of Rust. He tried to jam it again, and another save by Vladar. Spectacular goaltending at both ends. He's got a 0-0.
58 total saves, 32 by Dan Vladar. Penguins win the draw. Wotherspoon tees it down to the Flyers' end. 70 seconds to go in Game 6. We've got no score. Crosby gets it to Wotherspoon after the Flyers cleared it out to Carlson in his own end. Now up ahead to Wotherspoon. Dumped into the Flyers zone. Tumbles down to the near corner. Sanheim races it down, brings it to the far corner. As we're under a minute here in Philly. It's Konechny losing into the neutral zone. Poke to the wall. As Raquel will sweep it up, not out. Sanheim takes it. Backhands it down to the Penguins end far boards. 40 seconds to go in this game. Carlson in his own end sends ahead to Lizotte. Dumps it down to the Flyers end. Rolls over to the far corner. Tippet cut off by Dewar. Poked along the end boards. Acharian behind the net. Dewar's got it again. Works it up the far wall. Curls around to the circle. Pitches it over to the near corner. No one's there but Flyers. Swept up the near wall. Ziegler is trying to keep it away from Letang. We've got 20 seconds to go in regulation. Sam Girard with the puck in his own zone. Sends it up ahead to Connor Dewar. Swept it over the Flyers line. Lizotte hustling for it. Far corner. Cuts it away from York. 10 seconds to go. Up in the high slot for Girard. Couldn't get a pass off to Lizotte. It's poked out to the neutral zone. 2 seconds down to 1. And Game 6 heads to overtime. Scoreless.
Our first overtime of the series. Why not? Why not have an overtime here in this one? Crazy game. Entertaining game. Tense game.
58 saves from both these goaltenders combined brings us to the Penguins and Flyers' first overtime of the series. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, it's Mike Dern. It is I, Trey Cool. I'm Billy Joe from Green Day, and we built an entire channel for you. Don't want to be an American idiot. Idiot Nation. Punk rock from our point of view. Part history, part discovery, part live. And a whole lot of us. Our channel, Idiot Nation, just arrived.
Channel 314 on most radios and wherever you stream with the SiriusXM app, included with most subscriptions.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Munich machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
MLS, NWSL, the USL, and more covering the beautiful game here at home. American soccer lives on SiriusXM FC 157.
After 60 minutes here in Game 6, we are still scoreless. 32 saves for Dan Vladar on the Flyers side. 26 saves for Artur Shilovs on the Penguins side. No score through the first 3 periods. Overtime comes after Brian Metzer's intermission report. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
This is Phil Bork, the old 2-9er. Smith's is the official hot dog of the Pittsburgh Penguins and PPG Paints Arena, with recipes over 85 years old. Ask for Smith's hot dogs by name at Giant Eagle and other fine retailers. Smith's, it's a hot dog night in Pittsburgh. SmithsHotDogs.com.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists. and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanger.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge. Whack more, spend less at Spitzer Auto World.
Our world revolves around you.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
The fans in Philadelphia didn't realize they were attending a game that was a buy 3, get 1 free affair in terms of periods. The Penguins and Flyers are scoreless after regulation, and they're heading to overtime for the first time of this series. Brian Metzer here with you, and both teams had their opportunities. These goaltenders have done some yeoman's work in keeping every puck out of the net. Artie Shilos was only dealing with 5 shots in the period, but they were still very quality shots that he had to save. The Penguins put 13 on Dan Vladar. A couple of those came from Brian Rust late in the frame. He came very close to putting a puck in past Vladar, but he was able to keep it out with his skate. And you hear it in the voices of Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong. They are absolutely exasperated trying to call this hockey game with how the Penguins have had those looks and not been able to score. And on the other end, the Flyers have to be feeling the same way. Overall, the shots on goal were 32-26 through regulation time, 13-5 in this in that third period of play. And our buddy Bob Grove tweeted just a short time ago, it's the 67th Pens playoff game to go to overtime, the first with a score of 0-0. So you just, this is nerve-wracking stuff. We mentioned it earlier. We told you it was edge of the seat kind of hockey, and that's what we're looking at, and these goaltenders are keeping it that way. We're going to take a look at some of the statistics from the game, talk a little bit about some of the standout players that have really gone to work for their teams throughout this affair, in this Game 6, a win-or-go-home situation for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and maybe make a couple of picks, John Buccigross style, as to who might score an overtime winner. We're not picking a Flyer, though. We're going to just pick Penguins. When we come back, we're going to do all that, so you'll hear it all next in the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. #1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, WM has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now, we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team, because doing what's right for our planet is vital work, best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your new career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
As the Pens face the Flyers, we're inviting fans to take this rivalry off the ice and into the community. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is hosting a Pittsburgh versus Philly fundraising challenge through the St. Jude Walks on October 3rd, with fans in both cities raising critical funds to help kids fighting cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Every dollar makes a difference, and families never receive a bill from St. Jude. Join the Pittsburgh team and support this great cause at stjude.org/walkpittsburgh.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
The Penguins and Flyers headed to overtime in this Game 6. They are scoreless, no goals to talk of just yet. And we talked about the Bucci overtime challenge a moment ago. And, you know, he always looks for a guy from both teams. And it's Brian Metzer back here with you, of course. We're not doing that. We are going to do the Metzer overtime challenge here on the Penguins Radio Network. And, of course, that means we are selecting only Pittsburgh Penguins. And Paul Steigerwald just walked into the studio. Staggy, give us a Penguin that's going to score in overtime.
17.
Uh-oh. Look at Paul Steigerwald. He says Brian Rust is his pick. Jacob Lasner, executive producer here tonight. He made the pick of Ben Kindle. Megan Lukic, who always is in here helping us out and doing great work all year. She says Ricard Raquel. And I said Igor Chinikov getting off the schneid here with a big goal. We need Igor to get it going. And when you look at him, he has 2 shots on goal here tonight. He's missed the net 6 times. So Igor, get the puck to the net. Reward Mets for the Metzer overtime challenge as we look for our first goal between these two teams and Penguins trying to force a Game 7. When we come back, we'll take a look around at the other action. There's a final to report and some other news and notes, etc. So stick with us on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives, life-changing medicine.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
2026-27 Penguin season tickets are on sale now, and you have to be here. Purchase a full or half-season package today to guarantee priority access to 2026 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. These Penguins have flipped the script on expectations for this season.
Finds Crosby, Panther zone, he scores!
Act now to make sure you're here to witness them write the next chapter of their storied history. Visit PittsburghPenguins.com to secure your season membership today.
Hi, Staggy here to tell you about another great product from Nova Scotia. Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. In Canada, Donair is similar to gyro meat, but it's seasoned beef, not lamb. And like 87, Mr. Donair Beef Jerky is absolutely off the charts. It's keto-friendly, high in protein, and Mr. Donair's gyro seasoning makes it the best jerky you'll ever taste. You'll find it on Amazon, Cohen Markets, Turkey Hill, Country Fair, and PPG Paints Arena. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Centers.
Hockey comes alive.
Patterson scores.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins, and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
Penguins and Flyers are scoreless as they head to overtime in Game 6. Brian Metzer here with you. One final from earlier. The Montreal Canadiens beat the Lightning 3-2 and now have a 3-2 lead in that series. Can the Penguins pull it off? We hope so. Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong are going to tell you all about it next with Bonus Hockey on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Sirius XM puts you in the front row with the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest. Head coach Mike McDonald joins actor and Seahawks fan Joel McHale for an exclusive conversation as Seattle gets ready to defend its title. The Sirius XM front row with the Seattle Seahawks. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Beauty Machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Join me, Scott Laughlin, and Gord Stellick, along with former NHLer Mike Johnson for NHL Morning Skate, weekday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
Hello and welcome to the first ever overtime period in Penguins playoff franchise history with the game scoreless. 60 minutes of no goals between the Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers, but boy did both teams have their chances, including the Penguins, who were denied 32 times by Dan Vladar. Meanwhile, Penguins goaltender Artur Shilovs with 26 saves tonight. Next goal wins. 5-on-5 hockey until the puck finds the back of the net. And the Penguins are trying to force Game 7 in Pittsburgh on Saturday. The Philadelphia Flyers are trying to finish this series here tonight.
Yeah, everyone on their feet here in Philadelphia. Penguins season on the line. Flyers have a little room for error with a Game 7 potentially. But here we go.
Top of the puck, overtime begins. The Flyers chip it down to the Penguins end. They're attacking from left to right in their home orange sweaters. Penguins attacking from right to left in their road white sweaters. Forster chips it down to the corner. It's cut off by Wotherspoon. Brings it up ice, sends it to Carlson. Far side of the neutral zone, he'll dump it down to the Flyers end. It tumbles down to the near corner. Poked out to Rust in the corner. And behind the net for Crosby. Tried to take it towards the crease, but was stripped away. Forster will fling it out to center ice. Wotherspoon takes it away. We begin overtime hockey here in Philadelphia. For the Penguins, it'll be either a euphoric ending or a death punch. As Parker Wotherspoon slings it down to the Flyers' end. Letang's got it far point. Cuts around the circle. Down to the corner. Tough angle shot. Kicked wide by Vladar. And behind the net, Giannakov pokes at it. Works up to the near half wall and sent back deep by Philly. Ristolainen takes it in behind Vladar's net. Up the far side. Letang cut it off and is able to keep it onside as he sends it wide of the net. Vladar will make the stop and the save. 1 minute gone in overtime. No score.
Flyers just trying to get out of their end here to start. There's kind of stick battles all over the place. No one really winning pucks. Feels like one of those stick battles, one of those one stick battles could be the difference.
A greasy goal, maybe?
Always, right? You always say that in these types of situations.
Tommy Novak to take the draw against Christian Dvorak. Chris Letang out there as he has scored the last two game-winning goals. The Flyers poke it out all the way down to the Penguins end. This will be icing. 1 minute and 10 seconds gone in overtime of this scoreless game. Kindle to take the draw against Dvorak to the left of Dan Vladar. Puck goes over to the far corner, chipped along the end boards. Cam York will poke it up the near wall. Konechny collects. Couldn't clear it out, tumbling to the point. Now it is shoveled to the neutral zone. Barkey finds Konechny over the Penguins line. He feeds Drysdale back to Konechny, sweeping into pad, save by Chilovs.
Kind of knocked out of the air by Konechny driving that net. He just shut it down. Getting big in front of it did Chilovs.
Penguins work it over to the Flyers zone near corner. Soderblom kept it away. Slung it up to the far point for Carlson. Dangles got it to Mantha, high slot. Poked away by Konechny. Looking for a breakaway. Penguin zone. Drops it back. Zegras in the slot. Backhand to Konechny. Whiffed on the shot. And Artur Chilovs makes the sprawling save.
I don't know. I think Ryan Shea got his stick in there involved. A little give and go on entry. Chilov losing his stick on that save as well. But it happened in their offensive zone. Mantha up top did not see Konechny jump him. He kind of surprised him attacking, and he was off to the races. They had numbers. And I think Ryan Shea kind of got his stick in.
I think you're right.
Oh no, Konechny just missed. It wasn't a great pass sitting flat for Konechny on that give and go down to the short side of the net for a little chip shot, and it just kind of bounced through his blade. Bullet dodge here for the Penguins off the rush and Anthony Mantha. Now some line changing issues by the Flyers. They're coming on and say, hey, get this line back on the ice. They tried a late change. He wanted to get his third line on the ice. Did Rick Tocchet, taking his fourth line off. Oh, sorry, Zegras line still out there with Martone.
Well, I think that's where the mix-up was. Penguins win the draw. They get it up to center ice. Connor Dewar feeds Nola Chari. Flyer zone, far circle, shot, glove saved by Vladar. Puck would have went wide of the cage anyway. 2 minutes gone in overtime. Scoreless. Both teams will get a change now as Sid's line comes out on the ice.
The Flyers counteracted with their fourth line. Couturier, who's had a strong game. His line comes out. Forster and Glendening tasked with checking this top line majority of this series against the Flyers.
Raquel to take the draw against Couturier. Fight for the puck in the far circle. The Flyers end. It squeaks out to the corner. Flyers have it. Forster near side. Sends it ahead to Couturier in the neutral zone. Stripped away by Raquel. But Rust will get it to Erik Karlsson. Snap back up to Raquel. In between the penalty boxes. Slings it down to the Flyers end. Rolls up the far wall. Kicked over to the near corner. Ristolainen trying to keep it away from Rust. He'll get it to Sanheim. Up along the far side. Crosby cut it off in the neutral zone. Fight for the puck in front of the Penguins bench. It goes over the Flyers' blue line, but Sanheim gets it to Ristolainen. Flyers come up ice over the Penguins line. In the near circle, it's Ristolainen curling in behind the net, tied up by Wotherspoon. Outlet pass is taken away by Lizotte. He'll chuck it out to center ice, but Couturier will settle it down.
Good play by Wotherspoon down behind his net to shut off Ristolainen. If he gets to the other side of that net, he can make things happen over there.
Flyers back in the Penguin zone, poked up but not out. It's slung back in behind the net. Wotherspoon reverses it to Karlsson. Sends it ahead to Blake Lizotte. He'll snap a pass looking for Dewar. Out of his reach. Goes down to the Flyers end. Vladar's got to play it. They'll send it over to the far side for Cam York. Penguins can get a change here. Lizotte cuts it off. Tumbling puck far circle. Dewar settles it down. In the corner. Tough shot. And it's stuffed out by Vladar. Puck taken to the far side by Philly. They'll spring it ahead to Bump, but it was poked away by Chris Letang. Out to the neutral zone. It's sent back into the Penguin zone. Near corner, Letang scoops it off the end boards behind Chilov's net. Brings it up ice to the neutral zone. Springs it past to Chinikov. Had some trouble with the puck, worked it over to the far wall, tried to one-arm it to Falkin, but lost it to Dvorak. Stretch pass up to Konechny. He's in the Penguin zone, tied up by Girard. Heading towards the crease, goes in behind the net now, far side, plays it up to Sanheim at the point. Pressured by Malkin. Where's the puck along the boards? Poked at by Girard. Loose in the neutral zone, taken by Barkey, though. Now taken back by Malkin. He's got it at center ice. Chugging over the Flyers line. Sends a pass to Chinikov. Corrals it down. Curls over to the near side. Stops on a dime at the circle. Hits a trailing Karlsson. Carving in the slot. He lost the puck. Barkey sends it out to the neutral zone. Here come the Flyers and the Penguins in. Konechny far half wall. Darts towards the corner. In behind the net. Ristolainen centering pass. Puck fluttered over to the far circle. Mantha plays it down, chipped it out to center ice. Kendall poked it all the way down to the Flyers, and this will be icing. Just over 4 minutes gone in overtime. We're still scoreless here in Philly.
Some tired bodies on the ice here a little bit. D-zone face-off for the Penguins. Penguins 54% in the face-off circle tonight.
Zegras against Kindle to the right of Artur Shilovs. And the Penguins have it. Shea will take it behind Shilov's net, played ahead to Soderblom. Couldn't handle it, but now it's jumbled off the stick of Juleson. Mantha's got it. Far circle towards the net, kicked away by Vladar. Over to the near corner, Soderblom boxing out Sealer for the puck. Mantha digging after it, spins it up the far wall for Carlson. At the far point, he'll wrist one wide of the net. Mantha in front, went for a backhanded centering pass, no one was there.
He just lost it on his forehand, look out.
Tippett accelerates into the Penguin zone, bit of a breakaway, lost it at the far circle, defended by Erik Karlsson. Sprung ahead to Soderblom, Flyers zone, near circle, drags and fires, never got a shot off. Uncleared by Mantha, high slot to Soderblom, powers one and a save by Vladar. And Crosby cruising into the Flyers crease.
Did he take a slash? He's shaking his hand. Well, it looked like Tippett was gone the other way. He had Karlsson, who skates so well, as we know, elected to pull up, and that's when it went the other way for the Penguins. Stripping Tippett of the puck. Trying to see a replay here if I could see anything on Crosby.
It was Zegras. Zegras with a little slash on Crosby.
A little chop on him?
Yeah.
You saw him shaking his hand.
Crosby takes the draw to the left of Dan Vladar. 5 minutes gone in overtime. We're scoreless here in Philly. 34 saves for the Philly goaltender. 27 saves for the Penguins' Artur Shilovs. Tumbling puck, Penguin zone. Glendening races it down, brings it to the corner. Slammed into the boards by Chris Letang. Fighting for the puck, it's sprayed free to Couturier. Gerard will pump it up the far side. Russ tries to work it out to the neutral zone. He gets it there. Crosby hunting after it. Aristolainen kicked it the other way. Glendening will shovel it down to the Penguins' end. In behind the net, Letang stemmed into the boards, but the puck is taken away by Ricard Raquel. Now to Crosby in the neutral zone near side, dumps it down to the Flyers' end far corner. Penguins get a change. Sanheim collects in his own zone, sends it up ahead to Ristolainen, chips it down to the near corner in the Penguins' end. Ryan Shea tackled into the boards by Cates, but both of them come up to the ice. Played ahead to Dewar, near side, he gets shouldered into the Flyers' zone. The puck goes. Achari brings it down to the corner, fighting for it against the tough Nick Sealer. Puck is pinned along the corner boards right now in the Flyers' zone. It squeaks in behind the net. Juleson will take it up the near side. Can't clear it just yet. Lazat on him all over like a suit. He's got it over to Achari. Now to Dewar in the circle. Kicks and fires. Pad save Vladar. Rebound to the far point for Wotherspoon. Sent it deep for Dewar, far corner. Brings it up to the circle at the hash marks. They'll fire. Fought off by Vladar with a kick save.
Through traffic as well. Lots of traffic in front of him. Somehow he saw that one to save it.
Tommy Novak muscles his way for the puck, spins it over to the far wall. Chinikov with it in the circle, leaves it back for Malkin. Drags through, fired, it's blocked. Tumbled out to Barkey. He clears it out to the neutral zone.
What a chance. Gino off the bench. Chinikov drops it to him. He walked right in. Sealer, huge block.
Carlson carving into the Flyers zone. Far circle at the corner, looking for a centering pass to Malkin. It goes wide. Up to the near corner. Flyers work it out to center ice. Barkey on his horse. Slides it to Konechny in the Penguin zone. Tumbling puck in the circle. Malkin will take it away. Send it up ice to Novak. 7 minutes gone in overtime. We're scoreless. Tommy Novak dumps it down to the Flyers' end as the Penguins get a change.
Flyers tilted the ice last few minutes here in the Penguins, tilted the ice in the Flyers zone.
Sam Girard colliding with Owen Tippett. Fans want a call. We play on. Letang hustles it up to center ice. Sam Girard dips it down to the Flyers' end near corner. In behind the net, Cam York pokes at it, trying to get it away from Kindle. Still fighting for the puck as Soderblom whacks at it. Up along the near boards. Hacking and whacking. Soderblom spits it up the far wall, but Zegras cuts it off from Chris Letang in the far corner. Spits it out to the neutral zone. Mantha couldn't keep it onside. Mantha's got it. He'll saucer it down to the near corner. Kindle races after it against Drysdale. It rolls in behind the Flyers net. York will take it. Forks it out to the neutral zone. Zegras breaks it away, but the puck's too far down to the far corner. Lost it in behind the net to Girard. Carlson will take it away. Sends it up ahead to Ricard Raquel. Gliding through the neutral zone. Over the Flyers line. Down to the corner. In the circle. Shot on net. Saved by Vladar. Raquel still got it near corner. Flyers work it up the board. Shea sends it deep. Knocked out of midair by Ristolainen. Crosby trying to set up Rust, and he didn't get all of it. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Shea will collect for the Penguins. Sent quickly up ahead to Crosby. Over the Flyers line. Rink-wide pass dumped down to the far corner. Dewar out there. Pokes at it, but Couturier comes away with it. Stripped of the puck by Dewar. Keeps it pinned along the boards. Crosby hunting for it. And it goes out to the neutral zone.
I mean, it just seems like the Flyers are flipping pucks out or getting pucks out to get a line change, and the Penguins come right back down.
Dewar turning it over. The Flyers take it in their own zone. Ristolainen will bring it up far side, spring it ahead, looking for Cates. Luckily cut off by Dewar. Lazat takes it the other way, over the Flyers line. Went for a cross-ice pass. Achari whipped on a tumbling puck. Down to the near corner, a fight for the puck. Lazat carries it out along the near wall. Got it to Wotherspoon, near point. Letang, far point. Wrister deflected just wide. Achari, tough angle shot. It's blocked by Juleson. Puck still at the far corner for Achari. Got it to Lazat up the far wall. Fighting for the puck. It's taken away by Philly. Swept up to the high slot. Poked out to the neutral zone. Two Penguins can't handle it. Michkov's got it. He sets in the slot to Cates. And then stolen away by Connor Dewar. 10.5 to go in overtime. Scoreless from Philadelphia. Wotherspoon with a stretch pass ahead. Jumped off the stick of Malkin. The Flyers sent it the other way. But Wotherspoon will sweep it to Chris Letang. Chinikov back to Wotherspoon in his own zone. Plays catch with Letang. Sent ahead Chinikov well offside. He had to pull back. 10-13 to go in overtime. We still have no score. And a face-off in the Penguin zone.
A last chance and shot and deflection by Noel Achari. That was danger. That was big-time danger for Vladar. It just hit him. I feel like the Penguins have the momentum as everyone in this barn looks like it's on their feet.
5 shots for the Penguins in overtime, 1 for the Philadelphia Flyers. Face off to the right of Shelov's. Flyers have it. Drysdale far point. Rims it along the boards up to the near half wall. Chinikov chops at it. Novak pokes it out to the neutral zone. He kind of overskated the puck, and he'll have to sling it down to the Flyers end near corner. York collects off the boards. Plays it up the near wall. It bounced past Martone. Shea will quickly sling it down to the Flyers end far corner. Kindle races in. Sets up Mantha on the doorstep. Stopped by Vladar. The puck still sitting there in the crease. They whack at it. Vladar on his back. People are stumbling. And Soderblom trying to pry it free on the near side. There's 2 Flyers on top of the puck right now.
And a Penguin. It looked like Mantha might have lost the handle. Puck came right to him. Right to him at the bottom of the circles on the inside. He was all alone. Turned to Vladar, a couple quick moves, and it looked like it just kind of popped off of his stick. Yeah, he went to go backhand and he duffed it, which caused problems too. Vladar's expecting this shot off his backhand. Mantha just duffed it, and then chaos ensues. Holy smokes.
We'll go to the lone break of overtime. Penguins and Flyers scoreless, 9:39 to go in OT on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
2026-27 Penguin season tickets are on sale now, and you have to be here. Purchase a full or half-season package today to guarantee priority access to 2026 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. These Penguins have flipped the script on expectations for this season.
Finds Crosby, Panther zone, he scores!
Act now to make sure you're here to witness them write the next chapter of their storied history. Visit PittsburghPenguins.com to secure your season membership today.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
9:39 left in overtime, and we're still looking for the first goal. If the Penguins score, Game 7 is in Pittsburgh Saturday night. If the Flyers score, The Penguins season comes to a close. Dan Vladar has made 6 saves in overtime. Artur Shilovs has made 1. And after the most recent scrambling, chaotic moments in front of Vladar's net, we'll get a face-off to the right of the Philly goaltender.
Yeah, somehow he kept that out. Both goalies tonight have kept them all out.
Crosby takes the draw against Glendening. The puck gets speared over to the near corner. Ristolainen, hunted by Brian Ruspin, will take it over to the far corner, play it out to Sean Couturier. Out to the neutral zone. Forster works it down to the far wall. Tied up by Wotherspoon along the corner. Puck is pinned over at the end boards at the far corner of the Penguins trapezoid. Crosby tries to dig it out. It goes to the stick of Erik Karlsson. He'll send it ahead to Brian Rust, who skates it up to the neutral zone. Over the Flyers line, far side, flutters it off the end boards. Raquel tied up with Ristolainen in behind the net. It springs over to the near side. Wotherspoon at the corner. Reverses it to Raquel, near circle now. Up to Wotherspoon, up to the blue line. Backhands it down to Rust. Far circle, shot on net, deflected wide. Crosby trying to play it off the back of the cage. Ristolainen keeps it away from him. Works it up the near wall and gets it out to Travis Sanheim. Now played ahead to Couturier. He'll take it over the Penguins line. Drop back pass to Forster. Backhand shot saved by Artur Shilovs with 8:44 to go in OT. No score.
And just a wide shot from Forster on entry. Couturier just driving through to the net. That was an easy one for Shilovs to handle. I'm just saying, through this overtime, it feels like the Flyers are just coming up to the surface to take a breath. And the Penguins come right back down into their end with all kinds of pressure. They're skating and working hard, these Penguins here tonight. Everything on the line.
Penguins' fourth line is out there ready to take the draw, but now the Penguins defensemen are arguing with the officials over who needs to be out on the ice. It's going to be Erik Karlsson and Parker Wotherspoon. Noel Acciari to take the draw. Just under 9 minutes to play in overtime. Poked away in the circle. Flyers keep it alive, far point. Now Lizotte knocks it down and works it out to the neutral zone. Acciari over the Flyers line. Muscles it down to the corner. Got it to Dewar, who curls around. Brings it up the wall. Found some pressure. Drysdale, turnaround shot. Kicked out to the circle. Tumbling, a swat. Shot goes high from Blake Lizotte. Deflects out of play. 8:25 to go in OT.
Great job. Connor Dewar's had a heck of a game. He's been all over it. Battles won. Using his speed. Getting to the inside. Just smart plays. Heck of a player, Connor Dewar. Just throwing this puck towards the net. Hits off some bodies and kind of bounces and lands. No one can find it. It was right on a platter for Lizotte. Kind of bouncing, though, and he tries to fire that thing. Just bounced on him and popped it up into the netting in behind Vladar.
Tommy Novak to take the draw. Chinikov to his left. Malkin to the right. Penguins have it. Letang in the high slot. Down to Chinikov, who is tied up by Dvorak. Will work it along the end boards towards the net. Sets up Letang. One-timer wide of the net. Rebound to the near half board. Gerard poked at it. Couldn't get it. It rolls out to the Penguin zone as Letang will chase it down. Defended by Barkey. Springs a stretch pass to Malkin. He'll take it over the Flyers line, but then get crunched into the boards by Sanheim. Flyers take it, bring it over to the near wall. Ristolainen will muscle it out to the neutral zone as Letang settles the puck down. Under 8 to go in overtime. Still no score. Chinikov angles it down into the Flyers zone. Vladar out of his net to play it. Fourth line comes out there for the Penguins once again. Sanheim up ice ahead to Martone to the neutral zone. Slings it down to the Penguins end far corner. Long rebound that Karlsson is able to tie up one of the Flyers from getting to the puck. They get it over to the near corner for Shea. Played up ahead to Acciari. Got it over the Flyers line. It rolls down to the near corner. Sealer's there first. Sent it down to the far half wall. Karlsson kept it onside. Dances around the circle. Got it to Lizotte. Back to Karlsson. Now to Acciari. Bounced off his stick. Dewar trying to drag it free. Hacks at it. Acciari with it again along the far wall. Acciari down to the goal line. And behind the net. Up the near side. Couldn't get a pass up. But he does send it back deep. Raced after in the corner by Lizotte. Dewar keeping it along the end boards, fighting against Trevor Zegras. Lizotte will take it. Far corner. Acciari on the doorstep, but Juleson got in the way. Lazat up to Carlson. One-timer. Didn't get through traffic. Sealer will collect the rebound. Far circle. Clear it out into the Penguin zone. Tumbling wide on net. That's icing by the Flyers.
Flip out after flip out by the Flyers. Just surviving here right now. And Dan Muse going to that fourth line a lot here. That's been the calling card all year, rolling these lines, but that fourth line heavily involved in dictating tempo, pace, hard work. And after an icing call and some guys stuck out there for the Flyers, the Crosby line rolls out.
That fourth line has pretty much been the foundation for the Penguins this year. Crosby wins the draw. Gerard at the near point. Down the blue line, feeds it to Raquel. Above the circle, wrister. Rebound, far circle. Raquel again, whipped on the shot.
What a play by Letang. That lateral pass just whiffed by Raquel.
Okay, Penguins kicking it behind the net. Now Russ near corner, springs it over to the far side. Letang plays it off the half boards. Takes it down to the corner to Crosby at the goal line. Thought about a tough angle shot. Gets it to Rust. Up to Gerard. D to D to Carlson. Far point. That's Raquel. Raquel back to Gerard. Above the near circle. Downstairs for Rust. At the goal line. On net. Saved by Vladar. He'll freeze it.
Crosby getting some face washes from Zegras and Juleson. Oh man, another almost could have been a goal play. Chris Letang with a lateral pass in the slot. Some good puck work on this shift as well. Had him tired. Flyers out there tired. But it was Letang to Raquel, and he just kind of whiffed it, healed it, got a piece of it, but not anything of significance to get it towards the net.
6:19 in overtime. Face off to the right of Dan Vladar. Ben Kindle to take the draw against Luke Glendening with Mantha to his right, Soderblom to his left. Drop of the puck. It goes to the near corner. Flyers will play it up the near wall. Sanheim pitches it off the glass, tumbles to the neutral zone. Glendening gets it over the Penguins line, but the Penguins spit it back the other way. Kindle got it into the Flyers zone. They turn it over as it's taken by Carlson, backpedaling his own end, coughed it right up to Forster. He's over the Penguins line, centering pass on net, saved by Shelovs. 6 minutes to go in OT.
Yeah, the way this overtime has gone, it's really been beneficial for the Penguins. They got the long change, kind of like you see in the second period here in this first overtime. So with the way they've been playing, I mean, Philly's been forced to just airmail pucks out like crazy. They're just doing flip outs. The Penguins coming right back after them, making it hard for them to get quality line changes. I know Rick Tocchet talked about quality line changes. His team didn't do them very well in the last two games. Penguins making it hard on them here in overtime.
Face off to the right of Artur Shelovs. Nola Chari takes the draw, tumbles it to Erik Karlsson, far corner. He'll dump it out to the neutral zone. Puck on edge. It's handled by Drysdale. Plays it off the end boards. Cam York on the near side, pressured by Novak, but still works it out to center ice. Malkin will take it away. Pitch it over to Novak, who tees it down to the Flyers' end. Vladar slows it down behind his net, leaving it for York. Plays it up the near wall for Michkov. He missed it. Wotherspoon near point. Down to Novak at the corner, looking for a centering pass. Center rink wide to Malkin to play it off the boards. Airmailing it over the net. Novak again. Wrister and a glove save by Vladar. 5:25 in overtime as Tommy Novak continues to paint the corners of Dan Vladar's net. But the Philly goaltender still keeps it out of the back of the net.
And on that play, Michkov missed the puck on the wall, which got through to the defense, and they were able to generate a really good scoring chance. Novak right in front, Vladar with a huge save, and then I saw Vladar look at Michkov and just start yelling at him. Lightning Rod, young player for the Flyers, out of the lineup last game, and he's had a few good chances here tonight. Vladar not happy with him on that play.
Breakaway back in the second period that Artur Shelovs stopped. Fight for the puck in the far circle of the Flyers zone. They send it to the end boards, work it up the near wall. Forster cuts it off. Clears it up, not out. Crosby's got it, he'll send it deep. Down to the near corner, Ristolainen plays it off the end boards. Pressured by Rust. He'll bring it up the near side. Has to curl back before entering the neutral zone. 5 minutes to go in overtime. Still no score in Philly. It's game 6. Penguins down in the series 3-2. Dumped down to the Penguins' end. It rolls to the far corner. Letang had a hitch, but still gets it up to Crosby, who works it out to the neutral zone. Russ trying to keep it away from Ristolainen. He will. And now Raquel will sling it down to the Flyers' end. Vladar out of his net to play it. Penguins get a change as Philly collects on the stick of Drysdale near side. They'll bring it up ice to the neutral zone. Slide it over to Cam York. Dumps it down to the Penguins' end. Rolls over to the near corner. Letang pumps it in behind the net. Pressured by Wotherspoon. Got it to Barkey. Now it's Drysdale near point. York far side. They'll dance with the puck and send it deep to the corner. Misplayed. Penguins will take it. Wotherspoon in behind the net. Looking for a stretch pass ahead. Flung out to Achari. It bounces past him into the Flyers zone, but Cam York's got it. Plays it up ahead to Barkey. Got it to Konechny. Chipped it down to the near corner of the Penguins zone. Letang sprays it off the far wall. Goes right to Sanheim off the bench, and the Flyers are offside. With 4 minutes to go in overtime. Still no score in Philly.
The Penguins have done a good job here, even in overtime. It's hard for the Flyers to even get through the neutral zone with the puck, which allows them to get the pucks when they're dumping pucks in and getting out fairly quick. But that play, I think, has frustrated the Flyers in transition, no question, with their defensive ability through the neutral zone here.
Penguins win the draw. They're out shooting the Flyers in this overtime period 10-2. But nobody has found the back of the net. Mantha in the neutral zone chucks it down to the Flyers, and Kindle was ready to dart after it, but he blew a tire. Ristolainen will take it for the Flyers. Slowly up ice to the neutral zone. He slides it to Sanheim. He sends it up ahead. Mantha cut it off, poked it away to Soderblom. He'll chip it back into the Flyers' end. Near corner as Kindle races it down, trying to get in front of Ristolainen. Stole it up the near wall, fighting for the puck along the boards. Rolls along the end boards. Sanheim loses the battle to Soderblom. Then he got tied up by Zegras. Still keeps the puck pinned along the boards as Kindle tries to drag it free. Mantha at the half wall. Got it to Soderblom. They keep going back and forth with each other as two Flyers are in the mix as well. Fight for the puck in the far corner of the Flyers' end. Just over 3 minutes to go. Played up, but Martone steals it. Out to the neutral zone he goes. He's got Tippet to his right. He feeds him over the Penguins' line. Darting towards the crease. Turnaround backhand shot. Martone denied by Shelox.
How did that stay out?
Flyers still with it. Drysdale near point. Far circle. York. Wrister. It gets blocked. And it hits a fallen Ben Kindle, who's down on the ice in the circle right now.
It's loose.
They play on. Wrister doesn't get through. Kindle gets blocked again. Martone in front. It's cleared out. Bump with a shot. That's stopped by Shelovs and cleared down by the Penguins, who will gladly take the icing.
Martone head down on the bench. Can't believe it, I don't think. He's holding his head with his hands now. I got to see a replay of this. Martone got it to Tippet with that wide speed. Shea did a great job cutting him off. And Martone got it. Oh my goodness, Shelovs. Are you kidding me? Yawning net, wide open. He got it, not all of it, but enough that it should have got across the line, and Shelovs in desperation with a huge save.
Flyers win the draw in the Penguin zone. Michkov far circle with 2.5 to play in OT. High slot, Cam York. Wrister, they score. The Philadelphia Flyers end this series in 6 games with the only goal of Game 6. It's an overtime winner, and the Penguins season comes to an end.
It's a face-off won by the Flyers. Puck gets rotated back to Michkov. He made a kind of risky pass across the top over to York, but once it got to him across the top, he had a clear lane because of the way the defenders have slid across, and they had traffic at the net. York just put it through, and it found a hole. Was not deflected. Shelov's trying to get big to stop that, and it's York for the Flyers, who's the hero here in Game 6 in overtime. Oh, man.
with how many chances the Penguins had in overtime. That is a very, very difficult one to swallow. With the night that Artur Shilov's had.
Well, I just think of a few posts during that game for the Penguins today. Late in the game, Novak hitting the crossbar post area. Scramble, Mantha all alone in front, just couldn't find the handle to get all that puck on the backhand. Vladar kept it out. Two goaltenders, fighting for their lives. A 0-0 game going to overtime. It was all Penguins in OT. It was all Penguins. 42-32 shots on net for the Penguins. I mean, they poured it on with the long change. Flyers just surviving, and then one chance off a face-off and a shot through with traffic, and that was it.
So despite a valiant pushback by the Penguins to win Game 4 and Game 5, bring Game 6 to overtime, scoreless, as Dan Vladar pitches a 42-save shutout in overtime to beat the Penguins, his second shutout of this playoff series. The Flyers move on to round 2 against Carolina. The Penguins season comes to a close. I want to point out Evgeny Malkin was the first of the handshake line, the first one off the ice. The last 3 Penguins right now, Sidney Crosby, Artur Shilovs, and Brian Rust, as Crosby will be the last to leave. Not quite sure what's in store for some of the Pittsburgh Penguins this offseason, including